Not.
Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, chat. Dino Spots, congratulations on your first ever make an entrance, Dino Spots. So let's go. And your 7 stream streak. Hello, Mare. Hello, Moth. Hello, Vanovish. Atare. Let me switch over to the cam for this so I can show you my face. That's not really my face. I can show you a face. All right, we're getting another one. I forget that there's like... Oh, I need to change to another screen so the moustache can work. I always forget that there's like 2 or 3 of you that subbed at like a very similar time. So your resubs almost always happen at the exact same time too. Atare, thank you so much for the 24-month resub. That is 2 years now. I'm so happy to have known you for 2 years. You've been a great member of this community and just a great dude in general. So, thank you so much for being here. Hello, G Charizard, how you doing? Ivanovish, share that pixel art. Put it in arts and crafts and then forward that message to show and tell, or just put it in show and tell. Either way, I do not mind. And Sanic Fan 04, thank you so much for the 22 months, almost 2 years now. You'll forever be my favorite streamer. Thank you. You are absolutely so sweet. All of you are so kind and lovely and supportive, and I appreciate it so much. And Atare with the 3-stream streak. Let's go. It's a work in progress, but I'll still share it. Oh, sorry. I thought I read that you got a new... that, like, you finished a new pixel art. If it's a work in progress, you don't have to... I don't want to force anyone to share things that they're not ready to share yet. But Moth has also shared something just then. So let's check out what they're doing. What they got going on. Is Moth's the picture? Yeah. Moth's is the picture that they sent to the server a little earlier. Spoiler, but you can still show it. Yeah. Your photo with Brandon Rogers and Morgana Ignis. That's so cool. I actually don't know who Morgana Ignis is, so feel free to enlighten me. I love the little moth head. I think that's so great. It looks like you should actually get, like, I don't want to say it like it's a fursuit, because, you know, you might not be a furry. You might not want to be compared to a furry, but I can imagine you, like, owning a, like, fluffy moth mask and, like, putting it over your head. Like, it's a pretty good Photoshop job. It fits well with, like, your head shape. It looks like a moth head is actually on your body, you know? But Brandon Rogers, I've known Brandon Rogers for a long time. I've known Brandon Rogers since his grandpa skits, since like his first ever grandpa skits. Actually, no, it wasn't his first ever one. I think it was Grandpa Does Valentine's was my first skit of his that I knew of, because it went viral on Vine. A clip of it went viral on Vine. The Try Me Bitch, that went viral on Vine, and I remember seeing that clip, and that got me into a bunch of his videos. I'll admit, his humor is not really my style anymore, but I do look quite fondly on how he entertained me. Also, the green eyeshadow and the necklace and the hoodie. Gotta love the style that he's got going on. Morgana Ignis is a voice actor that voices in the same show as Brandon Rogers. Hell of a Boss? Is that the one? I think he's in Hell of a Boss. It's the other, like, show in the Has-Been Hotel universe, isn't it? That's cool. That must have been so exciting. I love meeting celebrities and getting to do photo ops with them. It can be really awkward, and it's really fun. I've had 2 cases of that by now. I got to meet Richard Speight Jr. and, oh my god, I have forgotten his name. It's been that long. It's Rob. First name's Rob. Oh no. Oh, this is embarrassing. I have to look this up. Chat. Who am I looking for? Chuck, supernatural actor. I nearly said voice actor like it's animated. Rob Benedict. That's it. Yeah, I met him and Richard Speight Jr., who plays Gabriel in Supernatural. I met them in 2017. I went down to Melbourne to go to the Supernatural convention there. It was like a present for my 18th birthday, and that was super fun. And then last year, I got to see Anjali Bhimani from Overwatch and Apex and plenty of other pieces. I think she was in Stray Gods, which I still mean to play. But no, they're super fun. I need to do more of them, hopefully in the future. But the thing is, not many people come out to Australia, which, like, fair enough. It's a really, really long way to travel. I don't think I'll ever travel to America, at least not in this political climate. But traveling that long is a massive thing to do, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm sure a lot of people don't come here, because it's too long of a travel to kind of fit into their schedule with everything else they've got going on. It was originally meant to be a meetup for that show, and Richard Horvitz was meant to be there too, but then he got the vid and couldn't show up. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. I'm getting my flu shot this week, which it's not the COVID shot. I think I've got all the COVID boosters. I think you can get more though. I think you could get them like once a year or something. I should probably keep up with that more. But I'm hoping that this winter is a flu and COVID free one for me. Then we got some more things by Sanic today, because when isn't there things by Sanic? What is this? Is this like a half Sonic, half Silver meld? Or something like that? Shadow looks like he's about to fight me. I am scared. I like the knuckles. I think I like this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of unsettled by the. I think these must be like movie Sonic and Shadow, because I feel like it's only in the movies that the fur of them is like distinguishably there. And I'm like, I'm unsettled by this. This Sonic is so much more like, this Sonic is friend-shaped. These two terrify me a little bit more. It's probably also the fact that the legs are so long. The Amy is cute. I love Amy. Oh my goodness, look at the plushies. Wait, this may be my favorite thing you've ever gotten. Eggman and Tails look like they're absolutely having the times of their lives. Like, these are the happiest little Vegemites I have ever seen. And then Shadow is... Shadow's that grumpy guy that, like, when everyone does a dance sequence at the end of a kids movie, the grumpy guy, like, refuses to do the dance and then reluctantly starts doing it and gets really into it. That's Shadow's characterization to me. That is a round Eggman. Well, actually, so is that one. They're called Eggman for a reason, I guess. Hey, Cass, how you doing? It's part of the Metal Virus story arc. So what, he's becoming metal right now? That's terrifying. That's like, Midas Touch, the bad version. And then we've got Ivanovish's pixel art. Oh, this is cute. Very, what's the word? Atmospheric, I think is the word I'd use here. Very atmospheric, like the clouds, the darkness, the fact that the 7-Eleven is so bright. That is pixel art. Ivanovish does a fair amount of pixel art. It's a hobby that, what are your pronouns? He, him, that he has picked up. I just wanted to confirm, just in case. But no, the 7-Eleven, like, all the little details and all the products on the shelves, and even, like, all the logos here. And even the reflection is impressive. The reflection is super cool. I like that a lot. It's literally a Midas Touch zombie infection. Oh, jeez. One time I wish I wasn't right. And then we got more Sanic stuff. Plus more shelf decoration arrangements. Oh, who's this little guy? I love him. Is that Amy Wonder Woman? Wait, that's so cool. That's a good one. That's a good one. Shadow Duck. I think he might be my favorite thing in your collection. Potentially. Other than maybe the Tails. The plushy Tails that you literally just showed me. Oh, we got another Shadow Duck. We gotta collect. Oh my goodness, we've got so many ducks. Is that a Chow on Tails' head? Was there a Chow infection plotline? Oh, cross-stitching the pixel art? That would look absolutely so awesome. Maya. It would look so cool as like a tapestry. Like a really big piece, and you could put it up on your wall. There's both. Oh, they're the same Shadow Duck. I moved him. Got it. No dupes. No dupes. And more stuff. Wow. You load. What is this? It's just his head, but he's like a ball. I think. So cool Spider-Man. I have a coworker that keeps trying to get me into Spider-Man. Well, I wouldn't say trying to get me into Spider-Man. I asked him what he was into, and he just talks to me about Spider-Man quite a bit, which honestly, taste. Do I know a lot about superheroes? No. Do I think Spider-Man is my favorite of the superheroes? Yes. I think he's a fun and interesting character. Just what I know of him. That's terrifying. I don't want to know what's behind that collar. Why does he have a collar around his eyes? More plushies. More plushies. He's this one's flat. He's got no snout to him. They have flattened him. They have put Sonic in a hydraulic press. And then Dino Spots has a nice dinner. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. Some nachos. Nachos. Nice. I need to have more of that. I love corn chips. I think corn chips... Honestly, corn chips are kind of the best chips. Like... That may be like an unpopular opinion, but the corn chips are just so good. I don't know. I feel like there's something to that. There's something to them. You know, there's more crunch, there's more depth to a corn chip than a regular chip, you know? Happy Tuesday, Bob. Welcome in. Not the too much chocolate. Yep. Hey, Canadian person. How you doing? Welcome in. I love the little ditto icon. That's so cute. That you've got going on. But yeah, I ate a lot of chocolate. I hope everyone has had a good Easter long weekend so far. For those who celebrate, for those who had their days off, I hope they've had good days off. This is also my week off of work, so I got to really chill this morning, do some reading, do some upkeep, and stuff like that. If you have 7TV, my name color even matches the badge. I'm personally not a big fan of 7TV, but that's really cool. I love that. But I will say, I also like your current blue color. Like, you have it's like a very, it's not baby blue, but it's like I can't think of the word. It's like, it's a little muted. It's powdery, like a powdery blue. I like that. I did not have any chocolate, but I did have Peeps. Peeps are marshmallows, right? I don't think we have those in Australia, but I've been having a lot of chocolate. I got a bunny from my mom, and then I got 2 bunnies from my dad, and then I think there's also eggs as well. I'm set for the rest of the year, essentially, on chocolate. I'm set. And I didn't even buy any for myself. Like, this is all just other people being nice. A channel I'm regularly in and sub to is Sub Badges that also is a very similar color to the Ditto. Aww! It's like you were made, it's like you were fated to know that streamer, to watch them and be sub to them. Like, aesthetically, it was meant to be. I did not get chocolate. I just witnessed my brother get ghosted by someone 9 years older than him. He met her a week ago, and he crashed out so hard he literally pooped his pants. Excuse me? Excuse me? That sounds like a fucking Reddit story. Hello? Like, may I ask how old your brother is? Because, like, the 9 years older thing, not that bad. He's 20? Okay, that is kind of bad. Like, they're all adults, but, like, I'm coming from perspective. I'm 26, right? I'm gonna be 27 at the end of the month. And I could not see myself dating a 20-year-old. You know? I don't think I could do it. It just feels weird to me. But yeah, that's Yeah, Mayor, you have full permission to memorialize that as a quote because that is fascinating. I'm also turning 27, but in this month. Well, hey, I am turning 27 in this month. It's on the 29th. Technically, a lot of you guys will be able to celebrate my birthday for the community day at the end of the month because when I'm streaming it in my time zone, it'll be the 30th. But in most of your time zones, it'll be the 29th. So, stream, you guys get to have a birthday party. And from the community day votes, it looks like it is going to be Gardic Phone, which I always get really apprehensive when I put certain games in the game vote, and I try not to put them in there very often. Because the thing is, there are a few games that when I put them in the community day vote, they win. Like, there's never a competition when they get in there. And those two are Gardic Phone and Jackbox. If those two are in the community day vote, they always win. So that's why I put them in the vote less often, because I don't want them to always... I don't want every single community day to be Jackbox and Gardic Phone, even though they're fun. Jackbox is really funny. That is true. They are good games, but I like variety. I want to do other things. I want to play Repo and Lethal Company and Mario Kart, and you know, I keep putting Fall Guys and Dead by Daylight and Overwatch in the vote, and you guys just don't want it. You guys keep saying no, which is fair enough. So I might take them out. I got perfect attendance at work for the entire year last year, and my reward was a $1,000 bonus. Just added to my paycheck. That's amazing. That is, oh, no wonder your collection. No wonder you got so much this week. Oh my goodness. Good job. 27, let's go. Yeah. The big 2-7 club. Hey, thank good. Like, just don't blow me up, chat. Don't make me really famous next year, or I will die. That whole 27 club thing. I want a Gmod. Gmod is coming a close second in the community day vote. So, like, if a couple of people do decide to, if more people. Like, the vote is still open for over firing missiles at your house, or you meant that type of blow up. I mean, I also don't want missiles fired at my house. That is also true. That is not what I was going for, but that is... I would also prefer not to have that happen to me either, Bob. Thank you for your consideration. Gonna be 27 as well, and I've also been thinking about the 27 club. I know. It's kind of such a strange phenomenon that so many celebrities didn't really make it past that age. I watched Star Trek the other day, like the 2009 movie Star Trek, and I just kept, like, tearing up every time Chekhov came on the movie, like, came on screen, because his actor passed away at 27 before the third movie got released. It got filmed. He filmed it. His own car crushed him. The parking, some sort of brake or park on his car failed, and it rolled into him, and it crushed him. And I think that's, it's so devastating. I mean, every death is devastating, but that one just feels particularly cruel because it's just the failure of technology. Thank you for the lurk, Ivanovish. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whatever you're doing. As an American, I'm not sure I should joke about firing missiles at another country. That's a fair judgment. That's a fair judgment. Feels a little tone deaf, you know? A little. But hey, how about you send me to America and then you fire missiles at me? How about that? Compromise? Let's compromise on this joke. That is awful. It was Yeah, and it was very sad. That was 10 years ago now, probably, because the third movie got released in 2016. So, oh, and the thing is, it's just gonna get like worse as you get older. As you get older, you just come closer to, the ages of people passing away. It must be terrifying. Like, my mum talks about it because she'll hear about a celebrity passing away that's like her age or younger than her, and it always gets her really concerned. And I have to be like, okay, Mum, I get it, but you don't have heart disease. You're like the healthiest person your age that I know. If something's going to happen to you right now, it is going to be incredibly spontaneous. Like, your cause of death, if it happened right now, would have to be being shot in the head. There would be no... It would not be slow or painful. Sorry, that got really dark for a while there. I don't even like thinking about the cause of death was me firing a missile. Fuck, it sure was, Bob. Oh my gosh. Just gonna tune in on that joke. All right, let me pull up a poll. Word game. Is that the sound of the missile hitting me, Dino Spots? Is that what it sounds like? Just a Vine boom sound effect. All right, what do we got? Words on stream. Oh no, that's the sound. That's the sound. Got it. It's the pipe. Okay, let me do something really quick. The brain rot missile. All right, I have a bunch of wordles that I forgot about. I have a few others. Okay, Latroso, Myrtle. All right, Latroso, Myrtle. Ah! No, I didn't. Holy shit. Now that's a joke. No, I loved that. I love that. And not just because it's a milk pun. Because that's a really good pun. I'm a fan of that, and thank you for the 10 bits. By the way, Atare. The only celebrity near my age who has died was Too Mad, and I'm not 100% he's dead since they brought back Overwatch 1. Yeah, he's alive again. The second coming of Too Mad is like the third coming of Overwatch. Holy shit, a Bob. Hello, a glorious person. Yeah, that was. I wouldn't say I'm ashamed to admit it, but I will admit I do enjoy the Too Mad spirit is stuck in Overwatch jokes. I find them very entertaining. But how you doing today, glorious person? I forgot to vote for words on stream. Well, it's tied, so we'll do both. It's tied, so we'll do both. I didn't put squares in the vote because, one, I finished squares today. Actually, no, I'll show you. I'll show you what squares has done today. So, squares has updated, first of all. Squares has done a massive update. Oh geez, I don't like this dark mode anymore. Yeah, that looks nice. That's nice. Oh, flat 3D. Wait, I like flat 3D more. You can customize so much stuff about it now. Wait, I need to change I think Space Grotesque is the font I'm using. No, it's not. That's not the font I'm using on my phone. What's the font I'm using on my own? Is it Montserrat? It is. That's the one I'm using. But the problem is now, they must have been, what I'm assuming is that Squares, while they were coming up with, the customizability, trying to really work to make Squares better quality of life-wise, that's why the puzzles were easier for a really long time, because they were putting their focus more towards how to make the game look and feel better in general. But now that they've done that, there has been a very obvious change in the puzzles, and now they're a lot harder and the words are a lot longer. For example, we have 14-letter words. Again, it has been a very long time since we've had words that long, but it's come back in this past week or so. And let me show you what they are. So you start with resolute. Then you go to resolutes. Okay, that's the 9. Then you go to resoluteness. Okay. And then you go to resolutenesses. And that's the 14. That shouldn't be a thing. I hate it. It's ridiculous. When I was talking to my mum about it today, she was like, "Oh, I've got resolute and resolutes," and I was like, "Okay, for the longer words, you just have to go further." And she was like, "Resoluteness," and I was like, "Yes, but go further." She was like, "Resolutenesses," and I was like, "You got it." She was like, "No." They watched Genji do nothing a whole game, completely oblivious. Yeah, Genji's... That's just Genji, really. Genji's do nothing, and then they get Blade. And then even then, sometimes they do nothing with Blade. My sister and I are playing Slay the Spire 2, and we've managed to find such insane synergies, so when we click certain cards, the enemies just blow up. Ah, you go on the good old nuke strat, I see. Or in Bob's Bob's interpretation, the firing missiles strat. All right, words on stream, let's go. Okay, well that's a quick beginning. Oh shit, I have to turn myself down. I have to go ghost mode. There we go. I'm a ghost now. What kind of word is even Barker? It means idiot in Japanese. No. No, I'm guessing it's like something that barks. I don't know. It's actually a pretty good question. I've never heard of it before. Oh, you got me! Nice job. Nice job. I like crab with a K. Oh, everyone, let's ignore what our goal has to be for this level. Let's just not think about that, okay? Let's just not... Oh, bear. 6, 7. Is that still funny? Like, to me, it was never funny. But I'm genuinely curious, like, is that... I feel like the shelf life... No? Okay, thank goodness. I feel like the shelf life of memes has just gone. Like, the shelf life of memes has just destroyed itself. There's like, the memes feel like they're like 1 month long in popularity, while like the memes of the 2000s, the memes of the 2010s, like, Road work ahead, I sure hope it does. That's timeless, you know? That's gonna last forever. Nice job, everybody. It's just funny because of how ridiculous it is. Yeah, what I find funny about 6-7 is that it's... Oh, fuck yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten a word that big in this game until now. Let's go. But yeah, I think what I find funny about 6-7 is just that it is so absurd of a meme. Oh, the game audio is too high, I just realized. Sorry, if the game audio is being too loud, I apologize. I turn the game audio up for other games and then I forget, and then I forget to turn them back down again. Every time I see 6-7, I get filled with visceral rage. I used to, but I think I've just kind of accepted it at this point. Then there's the Rickroll, which will always return when you least expect it. Exactly. The Rickroll will never end. This is correct. Oh, there's only one E. Okay. We've got rate. Have we got... No, we do not. A rite of passage. Let's see. Oh, okay. Unlock me. Game, unlock me. I got one. Thank you. Thank you, game. Even when you think it's dead, it's just hiding in the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike. Is Rick Astley dead? I feel like when Rick Astley dies, that's gonna be the big Rickroll resurgence. He is alive? Yeah. When he's not, it's going to come back with a vengeance, I feel. It'll be all the memers wanting to honor his memory. One of my main streamers has a Rickroll sound alert for bits. That's so good. I need to put different bit sound effects in there. It's something I've been meaning to do for a really long time, but I have no idea what's gonna happen. I have no idea what I'd pick for the meme sound effects. Oh damn, this isn't a lot. Shit, I did that wrong. It's two, Wayfish has 2 eyes, I think, doesn't it? But nice job with Sawfish. It has to be 4 letters or more. A glorious person. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I had something, and now it's gone again. Wait, why isn't Hiss legit? Oh no, it is legit. It was just too quickly. Oh, Charizard, you stole it! Damn. I can't think of anything. No, I got one. Oh, shit. No, I don't. There we go. Ass, if only. If only. You can do ones for 69, 42, 420, and maybe 87 for the Rickroll since it was released in 1987. I thought you were making a Bite of 87 reference when you were telling me to do one for 87. I was like, is this a FNAF meme? For when you do 87 bits, do we have to have Is that what we want? I've played one FNAF game, but that's what I have to do. While we're on the topic of memes for April Fool's Day, Sega released some new Sonic shirts. Ooh, nice. Sonic Adventure, Sonic and Knack. Okay, you have to be getting some of those. Those are literally you. Sonic? There we go. We did it all the way. Oh, jeez. I bought the Sonic and Shedus shirt. I am so happy about that. I'll need to, when it gets sent to you, I need to see it. Of all the things you need to send in show and tell, I need you to send us, I need the person named Sanic Fan to send a picture of the Sanic shirt that they own. Like, it's destiny. It has to happen. Okay, remember we've got a fake letter, chat. The fake letter is B. Okay, the fake letter is B. Okay, damn. You guys are doing way too well, way too quickly. There we go. Nye. Do 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 do. This is hard. Oh no. It's a... There we go. Ooh! Okay, it was really hard and then suddenly we got all of it at once. Nice job. Thong. I'm surprised that's valid considering what it means in American English. Maybe this is a British one. Maybe this is a British game. It's a shoe? Yes, in Australian English, it is a shoe. But in American English, it is a piece of underwear. I'm not concentrating on this at all. I'm somewhere else right now, so I'm glad that the rest of you have been carrying this level because I haven't been able to find diddly squat. I have 2 words. Convinced some of these words aren't real? Oh, you should watch us play squares sometimes, Canadian person. It's... Some of those squares words should not be real. Your birthday was last week? Happy birthday, Sanic Fan! No, oh my goodness. Went out to eat, got some ice cream, and I'm 22 years old. Hey! Congratulations, dude! I'm glad you had a good birthday. We got a lot of Marches and Aprils in the chat, it seems. Okay, we got a fake letter and a hidden letter now. Okay, is 22 considered unk? Considering I'm 26, I sure hope not. I sure hope not. Okay, I'm thinking the L is fake. I'm thinking the L is fake. Thinking the L is fake, but we don't know what is the real one. Let's just see if there's a second S. It's a D. Okay. Okay, L is fake, D is hidden. Wow, me, G, Charizard, and Bob are all just the same person. Just all of us. That was funny. Oh, you've got wads. Shoot. That's not how you spell that. That's apparently not how that's not a word either, apparently. Nice. Oh. Oh, of course, the L is fake. Ah. That's not a word? Oh, we're done. Oh, it's over. It's over. Oh, it may not be over. It may not be over. Oh. House isn't a word? I feel like some of these are some of these are words. No. We were 1 off. We were 1 point away. Oh. That's a mare with 260. Can you calm down? There were way too many four-letter words. I bet most were fake. Isn't doors a word? D-A-W-S? And dows? I feel like those are real words. So I'm just that was, I don't know. I didn't like that level. Doors is a real word? I thought so. It kept on making me question. I was like, do we have the actual fake letter? We did. There were just words that they weren't allowing. So like 5 words for me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I promise. That's all right. That means we have time to do the contexto. And the contexto has also gotten a little bit of a... Why are all the word games getting... Oh, no, I don't want to log in. I don't need to log in. All the word games are getting little upgrades. Oh, Tuesday? Obviously. Tuesday is the new metal in this chat, I think. But that makes me now also want to put metal. Oh my goodness, Tuesday. Tuesday is 14 words into the top 5,000. You are so lucky, Bob. My phone says my general ranking is 6 out of 7. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations, I think. Or my condolences. All right, let's see. Calculus. I see you've got very certain topics on the brain, Bob. Let's just do person, place, thing. That's not... There we go. They all suck. That's not good. That's not good. When person, place, and thing are all really low, that's when you know things are gonna be screwed. Location. Color. Pattern. Art, maybe? Not art. Substance. Concept. Value. I'm supposed to be studying right now. Go study, Bob. Do it. Not that I don't appreciate... Do we have to go through all the colors now? We do. All right. Red, orange, yellow. We've done green. Blue, indigo, purple, violet. We've done pink. Brown, red. I've already done red. Brown, beige, gray. The other spelling of gray. Black, white, rainbow. I think that's all of them. But funny word games, that is true. Funny word games are always a little too tempting. Pink, purple, white, blue, red. Why is pink the highest? Maybe it's a food. Maybe it's like candy. It's not candy. Zeph gets stabbed ASMR? You mean that one scene from AI the Somnium Files? Where Moth was like, someone's making burgers. Why is one gray lower than the other gray? Beats me, and that's why I put beat in there, because that's what I was thinking at the time. Something to do with nature, potentially? Fairy? Fairy. Go on, don't cuck us, give us the face. That being from Nirvana Initiative gives me no context as to what that quote means. One thing I'd like about the quote bot is that I do like trying to figure out the context of the bot, like of the quote, but that one gave me nothing. Possibly about terror. Possibly about terror. All right, we've got pink and we've got flower right next to each other. Maybe bouquet, maybe Valentine, maybe love, maybe date, maybe wedding. Wedding. The Fresh Corpse of Bel-Air? Wait, that might be the best thing I've ever done. That might be the best thing I've ever said. That is very funny. What the... Okay, wedding, bride, groom, bridesmaid, maid, reception, honor, best man. Best is not allowed. It's too common. Okay, how about man? Groomsman. That's the word. Or groomsman. The singular. That's fire, literally. They're both naked, but that doesn't. Destiel. I don't think that's even. Unfortunately, not valid, Cass. I'm so sorry. Bridesmaid. Maybe. Oh, bachelorette. Like a hen's party. Bachelor. What are wedding things? I've never been. Oh, maybe marriage happens at a wedding. Cake. Dress. Veil. It's not veil? Is it the ring? It's not the ring. Pallbearer. Girl, like a flower girl. Tuxedo? Suit? Nope. What are we? Dress, bridesmaid, wedding bride? Like what? Gown? Gown. Where's I want to see if corsage is there though. Where's corsage? We've got lingerie before we've got corsage, by the way. Over gown. With the we've got peplum. We've got wig before we've got corsage. Think poisoning is okay? Yeah, that is something Mare would say. That one's recent. Mare said that a month ago. Nope. Absolutely. There's corsage. Corsage is at 165. Corsage is lower than underwear. Yeah, I would say that. Rar, that would be something I would say during Mystery Dungeon. That is definitely correct. They hate the English, which I mean, fair. I stand by that one. I stand by that one. You hate the English? Fair enough. We should all just hate the English. Like, Britain is really just kind of the reason why everything sucks in the world. I did this on the skin layer. I think I was drawing. Oh, that was my charity stream. I think that was when I was drawing Scuffberry that happened. All right, we have an ad starting in 4 minutes, so I'm going to play it now. It is going to run for 3 minutes. Please be patient, but once that ad is over, we will launch into, what's it called? Prosecutor's Gambit. Why did that super kill your cabbage? Daisy has had some real bangers. Reminds me of posts like, what's the name of the parasite that caused the potato famine? The English. You're right, but you shouldn't say it. No, they're right and they should say it. They should keep saying it, actually. We need to make sure Britain knows that it's their fault. Like everything. I'm pretty sure almost every single problem in the world right now could be attributed to British colonization, you know? Modern Family taught me about gay people. This is true. This is embarrassing, but incredibly true. That is exactly what happened. Ooh, nice job with the berries. The British, yeah. Make sure to censor every time you say British, chat. Because the thing is, if you say British 3 times in a row, Queen Elizabeth's ghost comes back to life and, I don't know, throws tea on you, gives you a corgi. What are the other stereotypes about the royals? racism. Those are the only ones I can. Well, I can think of other ones, but I don't want to go to those ones. I don't want to go that far. I don't want to go that far. So the I don't want to go that far. Let's just say there are certain files, and that's as far as I'll go. Drops a missile filled with tea on your house. Yeah. We'll go back to the missiles. Actually, we probably shouldn't. If you say British 3 times in a row, your dental insurance expires and you get a cavity. No. Oh, that. Oh, ooh, ew. Oh. No, I don't want a cavity. I'm already struggling to keep my teeth from being destroyed as it is. I don't need it to get worse. Got to take a picture of it, but I also got Spyro 2 on GBA. Ooh, nice. I want to play Spyro games. I used to love Spyro when I was a kid. I thought he was so cool. Like Purple Dragon? That's awesome. If you say British at all in Ireland, you anger a lot of people. Deserved. Deserved. I wouldn't talk about Britain and Ireland. Not that I would ever, not that I'm not, I don't think I'd ever go to Ireland. Honestly, I'm not much of a travel person, which is why I'm saying I probably wouldn't go to Ireland, because in true honesty, I probably wouldn't go anywhere overseas. Ever. Is it bad that my introduction to Spyro was in Skylanders? My introduction to Zelda was in Super Smash Brothers. So I don't think I can judge you. Just on a... just on a very basic level, I don't think I can judge you. I used to take literally no care of my teeth as a kid because of TISM things. Yeah. I'm really lucky just because of how little I used to take care of my teeth when I was a teenager, specifically. But what's the word? But it's all the milk I've been drinking. However, I think it's starting to bite me in the ass now because I have a lot of tooth sensitivity right now, especially to sugar. And that's why I have to put this thing on my teeth every night. It's called tooth mousse. And there's a strawberry flavor, which I use, obviously. Why would I pick anything else when there's a strawberry option? And, like, you leave it in your mouth for a few minutes and it helps, like, strengthen your teeth and stop them from being, like, very sensitive. Sign you're prone to gum disease? I wouldn't be surprised if I was prone to gum disease, because I think my mum has a gum disease. So it's not surprising that that kind of thing would be hereditary. Gonna look while I do my math? No worries, Bob. Have a good evening and good luck with all of your maths. I've developed a sense when my teeth are unclean, which drives me to clean it. I get a paranoia. Because I used to spend, because for so long of my teenage years, I used to not look after myself. I used to not brush my teeth. I used to not shower. I used to not wash my hair or anything like that. So now I'm super paranoid that if I don't brush my teeth for a certain amount of time, like, oh, I can't skip a night brushing my teeth. Or I hate skipping a night of washing my face because it makes me paranoid that I'm gonna fall into a spiral of not looking after myself again. So I have to make sure I'm really rigid with my hygiene routines because I'm scared that not doing it once will end up being a slippery slope to going back to where I was when I was younger. I'm like, I can't do it again. I can't risk it. I like the position that I am at right now with my mental health and my hygiene. I would really rather not go back, thanks. Want a gigantified funny emote? Should I do it? I'm excited to see which one you'll pick, Sanic. I'm excited to see it. Every time I'm like, maybe it's okay if I don't do this tonight, I end up doing it anyway. Yeah, I will get incredible executive dysfunction that I'll like sometimes be up till 2 a.m. just being stuck, not being able to clean my teeth, but I won't allow myself to go to bed because I'm like, no, but I have to fucking brush my teeth. Don't really have a choice with my health because of ear infection. Yeah, that's a bummer. You've still got it? I did. Oh, that's a. Who even is that? What is that emote? Channel Brent Zone. It looks like if Eggman was a ranger. So he looks like a Looney Tune. That's Robotnik. Hey, I got it right. Wait, is Eggman a ranger? I don't think I've ever realized that till now. I stayed up until 5 procrastinating bed last night. No, I feel you. I feel you. I'm like that on weekends. I avoided getting a toe infection. Yay! Let's go! What's the difference between Eggman and Robotnik? I think the way that my brain goes, I think Robotnik is his real name, and Eggman is just like the nickname that he goes by. If that makes sense? That's what I always thought it was. But I might be wrong. It's like how a lot of K-pop idols have a real name, but then they have a stage name. You know? Like, it's the most generic one I can think of. V from BTS. V is his stage name, but his real name is Taehyung. Monica, that's a good one. Robotnik is Eggman's old name in the classic game. Starting in Sonic Adventure, he started taking on the Eggman name, which was previously an insult thrown at him by Sonic. Wait, so you're telling me Eggman reclaimed a slur and made it his name? Incredible. I love that for him. All right. Feel free to keep yapping in chat. However, we are now making it to the game portion of the stream. We are continuing Prosecutor's Gambit, and Edgeworth is in jail. That's all. Edgeworth's in jail now. What happened last stream is that he gave up his badge the stream before, and then in this stream he went looking for Kay, found her on top of the building. We realized she did not fall off the building, however she fell through like a maintenance door in the floor onto a floor below the roof, which is also a secret floor that no one knows about. Then we found out that in this floor, which was thought to be a storeroom, is actually a storeroom for an auction of illegal goods, stolen goods, specifically from previous legal cases, including Edgeworth's. So could be related to the smuggling ring that Franziska has been investigating with Interpol. We found Lotta Hart. We did a horrible American accent again, and we found out that the girl who died, Rosie, was a part of the auction and got murdered up here in this room instead of down in the chamber, which is where the auction happened. And then we took the elevator down. We tried to explain this to everyone. Gavel said, L plus ratio plus don't care plus I'm going to arrest you. And now both Edgeworth and Kay are in jail. This is gonna be a frustrating case. It already has been, but it's going to continue to be. April 6th. Wait, it's April 6th today. Wait. This is literally happening right now, chat. I know, he's in jail right now. This isn't happening in the past, it's now. We gotta get him. I know, what a coincidence. A coinky dink. Dino spots. Never thought I'd spend another night in here again. Yes, because... Drop a nuke! No! Oh my goodness. Bob's on the lurk. Oh, well, Bob's not on the lurk. Bob's here again. I was gonna say Bob's on the lurk, but we're still... but we're still continuing his legacy of, firing missiles to solve problems. And they stripped me of all the evidence we'd so painstakingly gathered. Even if they did let me keep Kei's Yatagarasu pin. I can't help but worry about her. They'd better be treating her well. Yeah, Kei is basically trying to confess that she was the murderer, even though she absolutely fucking wasn't. I'm convinced that the murderer is, Excelsius winner. Did I miss anything? Not really, I was just giving a recap of what was happening. Of what happened last stream. Too late for me to do calculus word problems? I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, Kei has now confessed. Because she is silly. You never confess. No matter what you do, Chad, you don't confess. Even if you think you're the murderer, you don't confess. Unfortunately, she's just too good and too honest for this world. At least this version of her. Ooh, a visitor. Who? Gumshoe! Let's go. It's April 6th again. Right, waiting. They're leaving me unsupervised? I mean, considering you're going to be talking to a detective in the visiting room, they probably don't see a need to supervise you because there's already going to be a cop in there. Forgive the intrusion. Oh, that's not Gumshoe. It's Gavel? Judge Gavel. Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What is she doing here? Quick, chat, theories. I have a feeling she's either going to rub it in my face, or she's going to reveal that she's been on our side the entire time. She's been working from the inside and she wants to take Excelsius down. That's probably wishful thinking, but listen, a berry can dream. What are you doing here? I was told it was Detective Gumshoe. I imagined you wouldn't come if you knew it was me. What could she possibly want from me now? She has a paper with it written on it and is gonna rub it against the glass. Exactly. No, she's too classy for that, I think. Suppose I'd better find out. Right, let's go. You may not be aware of this, but you are only permitted to meet with specially approved visitors. So I'm to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? I suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed. For you, of course, and your friends. That attorney and the other girl we were raising quite the fuss earlier. Fender and Emma. Oh, I forgot! We found Emma again, too! Yippee! I saw them launch some extremely heated missiles. I mean, words, it's one of the guys. Sorry, I saw the opportunity and I had to take it. No, you didn't. You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me? You must have a lot of time on your hands. Oh, speaking of... Oh, sorry, that's her voice.
Speaking of which, Ms. Von Karma is continuing the investigation where you left off.
I'm sorry, you're telling me that Emma and Fender nearly got arrested for kicking up a fuss about me being arrested. However, Franziska, the woman who literally whips people, didn't get arrested? Things aren't adding up.
I just thought you would like to know. I figured you would be worried about how they were all doing.
I hate to admit it, but she read me like a book. All right? Interpol privilege. Yeah, I guess she's above prosecutorial excellency by now. Let's cut to the chase, Your Honor. Why are you really here?
I'm here simply to talk. Nothing more. There's something I wish to know about you.
Me?
Yes. Who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted, and a born prosecutor at that.
Please, Judge Cavell, your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds.
But I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth, and it is why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case, for example. You were up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that, and yet...
I don't imagine the old me would have ever been so reckless. This isn't Zephyrberry. This is their American doppelganger Zephyr Missile. Hey, listen, in the Ace Attorney context, I can't be mad at that because Missile is the name of Gumshoe's dog, and I love him. I'll happily be a fan of that. The old me had power, and because of that, I thought that justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe now. But a certain person changed my mind. Oh, here we go. Even the music's changed. Let's get romantic now, gamers. And I say gamers with a G-A-Y. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice. And once the scales had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the many investigative officers of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprises me to this day.
I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now.
You? Understand me? I highly doubt it. Any gamers in the chat? I mean, I'm literally playing a game right now, so I sure am. I sure hope I'm a gamer. Someone who is so focused on forcing their ideas of justice onto others can't possibly see what I see.
Is that so? Is that what you truly believe? I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation. That is all. Before I go, there is one remaining matter.
So she isn't here to rub it in. She's not here to confess she's on our side. She's just here to psychoanalyze me?
I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards.
If that was all you had to tell me, you could have just sent a message.
And entrust the goddess's words to another? That wouldn't do now, would it?
What is a mer? No, like a gamer. G-A-M-E-R. Like someone who plays games. But then you just add a Y in the middle of it.
Until then, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll see you again very shortly.
Unless that was a sarcastic question, in which I apologize. Sarcasm is not a strong suit of mine. Especially in text. Well, that was an interesting conversation. There's a gay mayor. I sure hope there is. I sure fucking hope so. Well, back in jail again. Oh, I can move. Cool. Let's pee. Sorry, we're currently out of toilet paper. Please make the necessary mental preparations.
What the fuck?
Okay, we got a window. My shoulders are too strong and burly to go through. That's evil? Yeah, it is. We've got a bed. Very basic bed. Wasn't comfortable to sleep on. Gumshoe would sleep soundly. What is that supposed to mean? Are you saying you're too good for this bed, but Gumshoe is just... Arrogant little shit. There's a menu on the table. Detainees are able to pay to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch. Yes, please. Basmati and brown rice special. That's all right. Hope for the best that I'm not very hungry. The spaghetti and mac and cheese sounds so good, though. There's a ball and chain to the desk. And then we got a mirror and a toothbrush. There's no sink. My collar is slightly creased. Oh, you vain little man. Just in case the desk tries to run away, apparently. More important now than ever to take care of myself. Oh no, okay, there is a tap. I was gonna say there's no running water, but there is. Oh, the door? I can look at the door. Poster in the corridor outside, we will get to announce that due to the warden's arrest, the Die of Destiny game will be discontinued. Is that, like, the Ace Attorney version of Dungeons and Dragons? If so, no! What do you mean it's been cancelled? Inmates will no longer need to roll a die every morning to determine their meals for the day. Wait, what? Okay, it's not. It's worse. It reminds me of that, that guy Roll for Sandwich. The guy that has a list of ingredients, assigned, and each ingredient is assigned to a different number, and he rolls the dice, and whatever number it lands on, you have to put the corresponding ingredient in your sandwich. He's made some real horrible concoctions in his time, I'll say that much. We can hardly apologize to those who are looking forward to their daily casting of the die. Did anyone really need an apology? You never know, some people might find that entertaining. I wouldn't. I would like my breakfast to be something I definitely enjoy every time. I'd like to have, you know, a choice. I've seen that guy, I hate him a little bit. Wait, why? Oh my god, it's... Take a deep breath, chat. Oh wait, it's K! Wait, what? I just thought it was Excelsius. No, K's there too. Evil sandwiches? That much is true. That is true. Some of those sandwiches have the most horrendous vibes I've ever seen. Oh, thank goodness you seem alright. That's a load off my mind. Oh, such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Anything is enough to make a grown man cry. That grown man being you. You'll hate Excelsior so much more as this progresses. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I will. I'm already convinced he's the killer. A glorious person. That's my theory. I feel like it has to be him. You're still not your usual cheery. I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't. Oh, you have to let it go. I'm the murderer. I know that now. But you're not. You can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself? How can I, Mr. Edgeworth, when there is no me left to believe in? None at all? I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together, and I dare say you left quite the impression on me. So you see, there's still plenty of you left. Is Edgeworth saying there's pieces of you left there in me? Because that's the sweetest thing I think he's ever said. That's why I believe so much in your innocence, and why you should believe in yourself too. Thank you. But I can't. It would just cause more pain for the both of us.
Please, you have to forget her. Forget that Kay. She's gone.
Oh, Kay. Oh. No. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe she's gone. I don't know how to get her back. But, like, I'm certainly not going to give up. I still don't hate him as much as Scone yet. See, Scone's just aggravating. Excelsius is putting two of my favorite characters in the entire Ace Attorney series in jail. Like, my top 3 characters are literally Edgeworth, Pearl, and Kay.
You remind me of my younger self, you know? So noble, so bold. This is the justice you and the committee stand for?
Yes.
Justice? Suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going to such lengths to control everything?
Because he's the killer, Edgeworth.
I can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong here. Is there some hidden agenda at play? Oh, he's so close. He's so close. Ugh, this is no time to second guess myself, and if I'm going to find out what it is, it's now or never. Well then, my boy, I suppose I should be... Wait. Ooh. Let's go.
Is Excelsius just another person... Is Excelsius just jealous of another person having a better relationship with their child than he has with his? That's not the energy I'm getting from him. I'm thinking that he's this amazing genius prosecutor, obviously, or at least he acts like one and everyone else acts like he's one, so that's why I assume he is one. That I think he's disappointed in how his son is turning out. He's a little mean to Eustace. It kind of sucks. Like, I don't really care for Eustace, but I do feel bad that his dad is this man. Oh, we're mind chessing him. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting. But it wasn't chess. Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kay charged with this murder? It doesn't make any sense. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. Ooh, he's got 4 pieces. The only way out of our current predicament is through Chairman Winner. There's so much to ask in so little time. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested. I just can't let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do. All right, let's go. Why the rush? Why were you so keen to push through Kay's arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. Explanation? Not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that. You know exactly what I mean. What's really... Oh, this is going to be a really hard mind chess because I don't know how this man ticks. I don't know when we're supposed to press and when we're supposed to hold. Oh, sorry, excuse me. So this may take a few attempts. I advise you to moderate your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? I hate that he has a lighter. I'm a prosecutor? I've got you now. You're backed into a corner and you don't even know it. Okay, that wasn't gonna work. All right, that didn't do shit. Good job, me. Or at least my health doesn't go down much. All right, let's try again. Something to do with the amount of tears in his goggles? Maybe. I'm gonna wait this time and see what I can do. Bide my time? Suppose we did let your friend go free. What then, What do you mean, what then? Think how that would look, my boy. Who would have to take the blame? Me, that's who? I feel like this guy may have a very Von Karma kind of mindset where he has to win at all costs. Why would a prosecutor be burning papers so often? Because he's corrupt. I think that may be what they're trying to show off here with the burning animations. Bide my time? I'm trying to go by your theory, Bob. By whenever he uses the lighter, that's when I bide my time.
You're right to keep your mouth shut. That way you won't say anything foolish.
Sorry, but I can't stay silent forever. Not while Kay's innocence is still in doubt.
Ah, you're breaking my heart. Just look at this flood of tears. Spilling out. Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered.
Coming along nicely? That's a pretty strange way of putting it. It's almost as if you wanted Kay's arrest to happen. It certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. Oh, damn, Bob, you might have got it.
Well, that wasn't my intention. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little?
Chairman Winner certainly knows how to dodge a question, but it doesn't change the fact that serious doubts remain concerning Kay's arrest. Next, we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. And we're healed. We can't allow any of his statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them may just give us the breakthrough we need. How much time did you spend investigating?
Let's see. You know what? I'm not sure I can remember.
And I'm sure you can. You won't bluster your way out of this one.
Not bluster, my boy. Honestly, don't recall. It's a problem when you get to my age, you see. Why, I even forget my own son's name sometimes.
Surely you're not fit for duty then if you've got that, level of memory loss going on. Never mind your fool of a son. Okay, we don't have to be that rude. How long did you spend on the investigation?
You're right, of course. The boy's a fool. I never meant for him to grow up like that, but... oh, woe is me.
He's only too happy to derail the conversation no matter where I take it. I have to force him to take this seriously. Let's try another tack for now. You were the one calling the shots. You can hardly say your investigation was sufficient, and you're the one who called all the shots, weren't you? Including the decision to have Kay arrested?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, dear boy.
You're the chairman of the committee. It doesn't get much more influential than that. Not that I care about such things.
You wound me. It's enough to drive an old man to tears.
You'll have to forgive me, I'm not the deferential type.
Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor's badge again anytime soon.
I don't need that badge anyway. Let me make something clear once and for all. That badge isn't the be-all end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with titles or roles, even you must understand that much. Okay. I don't think that's the wrong answer.
So young, so very young. A word of advice, Miles, from somebody who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy. Idiotically so.
Ooh, he got angry there. He might be less guarded in his answers while he's in this state. Now's my chance. How much time did you spend investigating?
You really don't give up, do you? But even my patience has its limits, you know.
What a coincidence. So does mine. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient or not?
The youth these days are wont to be reckless. Makes me want to put you in your place. You're going to regret that, my boy.
Okay, and I think because he's burning shit, this is where we bide time.
Well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter? Scared?
Hardly. I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Bob, I think you got this on the first try. You figured it out so quickly. I was hoping he was going to accidentally light his beard on fire with his lighter. Keep hope, Bob. I'm thinking maybe that's his breakdown. If he is the killer, which he absolutely is, by my theory. Like when the killer ends up breaking down and admitting to it all, that's what's gonna happen. He actually goes up in flames. Spontaneous combustion.
You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Don't you understand? Your fate rests in my hands.
I'm gonna buy it again.
Let's say you do manage to get some answers from me. There's nothing you can do with them, so why not give it up, dear boy?
No. Well, that was simple. Susan has been trying to escape to the neighbor's sheep again. No, Susan! No! Damn. What a naughty thing. Maybe there's a bomb in his bed and he blows up like a missile. Oh, no. I like where you the missile. Oh, it's never gonna end, is it? There's gonna be missiles upon missiles until end of stream.
And why not?
It's simple, because I'm not about to let the truth escape me.
Interesting. Think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. What you're doing is pointless. Tragically and miserably pointless. Please just give up. She's guilty. The decision has been made.
The decision has been made? Once again, your choice of words intrigues me. It's almost as if Kay's guilt had already been determined from before her arrest. Ooh, get him again, Edgy. I'm quickly becoming Missile Guy, Bob. You are. Missiles to every citizen? If by the weapon, no. If by Gumshoe's dog, yes, please. That you plan to have her arrested. I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if Kay's arrest was the end goal right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winner, was it? We got the second piece. Well, here we go.
But it's also a complete work of fiction, and I'm afraid I don't have time for such flights of fancy.
Why not both? What if the dog was also the weapon? I like the idea.
Think it's time we brought this shabby little farce to an end, don't you?
No, he's trying to make us escape. We must confirm the legality of Kay's arrest before he slips away. All right, what do we go with next then? It's faint, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge. I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. Kay is innocent.
Oh no, my boy, that's just clumsy. Anyone can blurt out a baseless assertion like that, even a
Okay, that was the wrong one. Fuck me. All right, we go to the other one. A second piece is at the tower. No, glorious person. What if we give everyone a dog and give the dog a missile? Now that I can get behind. I think dogs should be able to fire missiles. We're not done yet.
I'm tired of all this talking, so make it brief, will you?
What grounds did you have? Because I feel like we've already figured out that he was the one that called the shots, right? Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that Kay's arrest is entirely unfounded.
Yes, I think we're all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now. But I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You don't have what it takes to secure her release anyhow.
How dare you take this so lightly as a man of the law?
My, aren't you a rude little boy? But my fuse is only so long.
Bide my time? Because he's got the lighter out.
Honestly speaking, I don't have the time to waste on every last question you can dream up. I have certain responsibilities to attend to, you know? I really am quite the busy man.
Or are you just pretending to be busy,
That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than I should at my age.
How old is he? We can't look at the evidence.
I ask you, what could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such a pretense?
You're hoping to avoid talking about the case. You obviously don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it? I love that he's like, I have to cry to get out of this case. When, like, Edgeworth is in a holding cell and Excelsius outside of it. Like, you can just walk away, Excelsius. Like, you can just leave. Literally nothing is stopping you. Except your own ego. It's not a suspicion, it's a certainty. There were no clear grounds on which to base Kay's arrest for a start.
Now, my boy, let's not get carried away. There was plenty of evidence to support our case. The mask, the letter, the corsage. These were all in her possession. And, of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I'd say.
But those are... Oh, lighter again. Time biting time.
Well, there we have it. Your silence speaks volumes.
It's true I can't counter your argument right now, but you did let something valuable slip. A suspiciously detailed knowledge of the evidence against Kay. He rattled off that list like he knew it inside out. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Okay, then we can ask who did it. Who gave the order? Next case, Excelsius gets jumped and has to go on dialysis. Oh, we can only wish. We can only hope, Glorious. We can tell that Excelsius is old because he forgot that he's not the one in the jail cell. True. We have forgotten that this man just has terrible memory loss. Which you think he'd relate to Kay on that level, you know? You think he'd feel for her. Who gave the order? Who decided that Kay should be arrested?
You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Miles, my boy. Wreaks havoc on the memory.
Time to deploy my clue! I'd appreciate it if you stopped playing the old man card. You remembered the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it was convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. Yeah, get him! So let me ask you again. Who gave the order for Kay's arrest?
You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son could learn a thing or two from you. He wasn't such an incurable numbskull, that is. It's a tragedy, really.
I don't want to hear about your son. I want to know who authorized the arrest.
You're very mean. You know that, don't you? The arrest, you say, I believe the order was given by...
You? Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you. There we go. Gumshoe hit Excelsius with your Jeep. Oh, I need that fanfiction written. You know that one Raylo fanfic that went viral? It was simply titled A Raylo Fanfiction. And then it was like 10 words long. And it was like, Ray throws Kylo Ren in the trash. Fucking wrecked. And that was the fic. I want that, but Gumshoe hits Excelsius with a Jeep. Fucking wrecked. The end. You do have 2 berries now in the Badgetare. You have reached the highest amount of berries. I have been considering getting different sub-badges as people start hitting the 2+ years of their subscriptions to me. I'm like, I need more prizes. And there are definitely a lot more of those out there, of those strawberry sub badges that have different berries. So I don't know. How would you feel about that if I got different sub badges so that when people moved into maybe the 3 years and stuff like that, their badges would still change? A few days out from having 2 berries. Oh, exciting. Think it'd be fun? Me too. I think that too. In that fic, Gumshoe was just as core in that one meme. Wait, I don't know what that meme is. What meme? I need to know.
You make it sound like it was somehow a bad idea, the thing, though.
Wow, I did that sentence so wrong.
But I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I'd better clear up this little misunderstanding.
Right after a beer. Yeah, I've never heard of this in my life. What? Can someone send it in the Discord somewhere? So I can check it out afterwards? streamer is a fossil? No, I'm not. I'm just not. Listen, I finished Undertale for the first time, what, 2-3 years ago? I wasn't big in the Undertale fandom. Oh, I'm Unk now. No.
I'll entertain your questions for a few more minutes. See if I can't put your mind at ease.
The key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. I just have to ask the right questions. Okay. Go at it again. Tell me what you know about Kay. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her exactly?
I know that she's the suspect. Aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true.
I don't have a clue as to how to proceed. Okay, so I can't do that yet. You old? I'm not that old, you guys, I swear. I'm 26. I'm only at my quarter life crisis. You seem to know the case in quite some detail.
I know about lots of things, my boy. Just smart like that.
Too bad the same can't be said about the way you handled Kay's arrest. Right, he's got fire. So I know to bide my time. Wait, I love that one of the options for that was, careful of your lighter. He's becoming aware. You're older than me, that's close enough. Ouch! Oh. Well, by that logic, you're Unk in the eyes of, I don't know, every baby ever.
I'm a very busy man. Do try to remember that I can bring this little chat to an end whenever I so choose,
And yet you haven't. It's only taking so long because you won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you'd stop giving me the runaround, we'd be done already. So let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the case quite intimately. Why is that? Here we go again.
Not exactly the most thrilling use of my time, of course, but it's part of my job. I have to be a good role model. I can't be seen to be slacking. It can be so hard. I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover.
But you keep saying how busy you are. Zeph out here attacking all of their viewers. Hey, you guys were attacking me first. Come on now. Come on. You can't give me shit if you can't take shit in return, chat. I'm always gonna fire back. Or at least I'll try to. I'm not good at comebacks. That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me that you're a a very busy man. I'd say the cracks are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an upstanding leader, you can start by releasing Kay, you know.
You really don't give up, do you? It's a moving sight indeed, my boy.
Oh my goodness, I get the stretch and the posture check and the hydrate and the head pats. Thank you, Moth. Let me just get those done. Oh, jeez. I can never close my water bottle properly.
Oh, jeez, thank you for the pipe jump scare. That really got me. After all, your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious.
And the boom again. Did you see exactly where she was found? We've yet to hear much about the circumstances under which Kay was found. She was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct? Ooh.
That's right. Although I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that.
He knows things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue. Then let's go here then. Oh, the missile has exploded. Oh my god. Where was that missile headed? Was it me? If so, you missed.
The suspect, how much do you know? She's the suspect, so after that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true. Time to deploy my clue. Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know details that even those investigating the scene were not aware of. Why is that? Just how much do you really know, Chairman Winner? He's angry again. May have just been your ears. Don't bonk me. Hello? Ow.
You can play this game. How do you like me now,
I mean, I never liked you in the first place. It's not changing now.
Do have to commend you on your doggedness. Really is something.
I love beating old people. Ouch! And now I've got a hat on. Cool.
Alrighty.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you like, but wrap this up, will you? I just don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit, the only possible suspect. Just accept that already.
Base department. Oh, trades and rhyme. Damn. Load her down with. More weird. This guy just keeps saying shit and giving himself away. One that makes it sound a lot like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her.
Impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no wonder they used to call you a prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer to your own question by now. Why don't you just go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you.
It's finally my time to shed light on the truth. All that's left is to play one last move. Kay is innocent.
No, my boy, that's just clumsy.
Okay. Oh, time to deploy my clue. Except I know it wasn't her. Cock is good. Why did I say that in the witness of all places? Hello? Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she would take the fall instead. That is my answer, and I won't let you deny it any longer. My favorite evolution is Buizel. No, this is true, this is true. This is true. By the way, chat, something's coming in the mail, chat. I'm not gonna give much more away. But it is Buizel related. And I'm very excited to show you. There's one thing I'm going to do, it's do things wrong. Correct. Especially in Minecraft. Minecraft is the place where I will do everything wrong, actually.
Whoa.
Okay, Santa.
My, you really are a sharp one. It's a bit of a shame you chose to hand in your badge. I admit it. You're right on all accounts.
And that's checkmate. Okay, but what are we gonna do about this information? He's admitted it, but like, we have nothing to back it up, and we're gonna need things to back it up. Speaking of Pokemon, my Shinx is now at level 10 and my Starly has evolved. Oh, hell yeah! One interesting thing I found out about is that I don't remember the YouTube short that I was watching, but it was about the Pokemon anime and the longest Pokemon that took to evolve in the Pokemon anime, and half of them were Sinnoh Pokemon. And I find that really funny. Like, Ash's Staravia was up there, and so was Ash's Chimchar. That took, over 100 episodes to evolve, for some reason. You knew Kay wasn't the real murderer, and yet you still had her arrested. And as Turtwig, this is also true. What's worse, you thought you could get away with it. Well, you won't. Not if I can help it.
You go with that naivety again, my boy. Guess that was always your problem. With the girl arrested and a conviction secured, this whole mess goes away. That's what will happen.
But whose interest does a conclusion like that serve? His, dude. Edgeworth is still... He still doesn't get it! Never seen the anime? I'm nearly at the end of season 2 right now. I'm nearly at the end of Battle Dimension. It's good. I really enjoy it. Battle Dimension has some of the best arcs in the series, I think. Battle Dimension has the Wallace Cup arc, which is my favorite arc in the entire series, and it also has the summer school arc, which is also pretty good.
You know, listening to you just now, well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. I was poignant and heartfelt and sincere, and utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that, but your lack of sophistication in these matters is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But would you say the same if you knew what the real value of the truth is?
What are you trying to say?
When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it, little by little.
So you fake it, little by little. Yes, the Wallace Cup also has Maylene, this is true. And Galactic Battles has Lake Acuity. I don't think I've ever watched further than Battle Dimension. I think when I was a kid, Battle Dimension was the part of the show that I watched, and I didn't get around to the rest of it. But I have watched a couple of the movies in that era. I've watched Darkrai, and I've also watched... I've watched the Shaman one, the Shaman and Giratina one, and I've also watched the Zoroark one, which despite Zoroark being a Gen 5 Pokemon, I think it happened during Diamond and Pearl's running, because I think Dawn was in it. Haven't seen the anime, but I did read some of the manga when I was younger. I think I'd like to read the manga at some point, because the manga is, like, so much more gruesome than anything else. The order goes Giratina, Darkrai, Arceus, Zoroark. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the Arceus one.
Okay, Faraday? Murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created. Ah. Yes, my boy, that's what I like to see.
I love Shaman. Shaman is so precious. It's such a cute Pokemon. I think it is it a legendary or a mythical? It's probably a mythical. I think it's one of the best mythicals in the show. In the manga, Ash's Pikachu has a name. What's its name? Wait, I don't know its name.
You're so sincere, sometimes it's painful. Just makes me want to put you in your place. Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere, because that's how much it's worth. Nothing. Shocking, I know.
But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened?
You're still not getting it. That's your truth, and it is worthless. Mine is all that matters. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I have all the power here.
I'm sorry, his name is Jean-Luc? Like the Star Trek captain? There's no way. No, you're pulling my leg. It's April 6th, Ivanovish. April Fool's was nearly a week ago now. You're being legit. Nah, That seems so weird. Curse you! Oh, Edgeworth's a warlock now. Isn't that the name of the French guy in Bluey? Also that. I haven't seen that episode in ages, though.
Well, aren't you menacing? You and your little friends are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up.
What? For saying curse you to someone, Edgeworth is now a violent man? I fear that means our entire chat plus me should be going to jail for all the missile firing threats we've been making, huh? You'll pay for this.
And with that, another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry and cry and cry.
Well, that didn't really give us much. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still the hearing later today. Just you wait. One way or another, I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna get you. One day, maybe next week. I prove Kay's innocence to the world then. All right, this is gonna be a to be continued. Oh, never mind. Wow, I love that every other member of the committee has absolutely nothing going on except for Gavel and Excelsius. Also, why is Lotta here? Oh, I don't want to do that voice again. Check the stream chat channel on Discord. I will after. I want to chug through this first. Oh my goodness, you're telling me all of that happened before 8:30 a.m. today? Wow.
10 members, over a majority are present. I hereby call this hearing to order. We are gathered here today to assess the professional competency of Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Here in the sight of the goddess, we do solemnly swear to pass fair and frank judgment.
Fair and frank? Don't make me laugh.
Verity, if you'd be so kind as to summarize the case.
On April 5th, despite having been advised of the illegality of an investigation he was conducting, the accused refused to desist and eventually had to be detained by myself and Chairman Winner. His actions compromised the investigation into the murder of certain defense attorney, and despite having been presented with copious evidence of her guilt, he continues to insist that the suspect, one Kay Faraday, is innocent of all charges.
Perhaps you could explain the details of the murder to us as well?
Of course. On the morning of the 5th, the body of the victim was found here in the committee chamber. Further explanation will be provided by...
Oh god. Oh, what is he doing here? Okay. Mew and Arceus are mythical Pokemon? I didn't know about Arceus, but it makes sense that Mew is. I think the way that legendary and mythicals work, at least in my brain, is that if you can find them in the base game, they're legendary. If you can only find them through one of those like mystery box events that you would get over Wi-Fi or by going to a certain like place that Pokemon permitted the distribution to happen, that's mythical. So because Arceus wasn't in the base game of like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, it's a mythical. While Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Heatran, they're all legendaries. Me, Eustace Winner, Premier Prosecutor.
The floor is yours, Mr. Winner.
The murder itself happened late on the night of the 4th. The victim was Ms. Rosie Ringer. That same night, an illicit auction was being held here in this very room. Ringer took part in that auction, I think. Yeah. I love the guy in the blue badger suit. Also, let me have a look at all these people. So we've got thin guy bow tie, chubby guy beard. The guy on the right has no features. Woman, gloves, dress, longish hair. All right. I'm wondering if the reason why they want to cover this up, I'm wondering if all of the committee members were also all of the auction members. I think this is a deep conspiracy. I don't think it's just one or two of them. I'm thinking it might be all of them.
Meaning that the murder took place sometime during the auction.
When she was found, Ringer was dressed in an outfit that matched the description of the auctioneers. However, due to the fact that an auction carried on after the murder had occurred, deduced that Ringer was not in fact the auctioneer.
You deduced nothing of the sort. And what about the basis on which the suspect was detained, Mr. Winner?
Yeah, I got this. So Faraday was overcome by...
crushing remorse, Eustace.
Yeah, that. Tons of crushing remorse. So she confessed. According to her confession, she was on the roof of this building when she encountered a person in a red raincoat on the viewing platform.
And that person was Ms. Ringer, I take it?
Precisely, Mr. Chairman. The killer dressed the victim in the auctioneer's outfit after the fact. But at the time when she was killed, Ms. Ringer was wearing a red raincoat.
And who won the race to find that raincoat nearby? Me, that's who. Did you? I thought it was somebody from forensics.
Strictly speaking, it was found by one of the forensic investigators under Mr. Winner's command.
Yeah, keep him in check, Gavel. I'm still not convinced Gavel is evil. I'm still not convinced she was part of the auction, actually. I think because she has such a strong belief in all of this, I have a feeling she might not be involved. I knew it. A blood analysis on the coat showed that it was indeed Ms. Ringer who had worn it, and the suspect's confession was the final nail in the coffin. She confirmed having committed the murder. So, as you can see, Kay Faraday was the killer. There's no way anybody else could have done it. Misguided, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Right, Miles, I expect you to have some objections. Let's get them out of the way, shall we?
I have no objections, Chairman Winner.
Well, now is that so? I thought it would have taken more than a single night in detention to...
No objections in the matter of my unauthorized investigation, that is. But in the matter of Miss Faraday's supposed guilt, I have plenty. Oh, God.
I can personally attest to the fact that Mr. Winner's investigation was fair and impartial.
Yeah, of course it was. When it comes to carefully conducted ops, I'm the winner every time. Yeah, that's... I do not believe that. I'll say that much.
You know, Miles, it's within my power to offer you a plea deal of sorts. If, and this is purely hypothetical, of course, you were to withdraw your objections, you might wake up tomorrow to find yourself the proud owner of a seat on this committee.
Oh, he's bribing him.
So I ask you again, do you have any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
If you think you can buy my silence, think again.
You will watch your mouth.
Only if the chairman watches his. I didn't come here to talk about committee seats. I came here to talk about the murder case. I demand a statement under oath, and I won't rest until I have one. I want to know exactly what the committee's view on the incident is.
Want to put us on trial, my boy? Very well, if it will make you happy. Verity, please provide Mr. Edgeworth with the materials pertaining to the case.
Good, we got our evidence back.
This will be his last hurrah, so let's humor him with send-off he desires.
If you say so, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, we've got all our ship back. Also, how old's the chairman? He talks about being old, but I don't know how old he is. 68? That's not even that old. Nice number, though. One of my favorites.
You have no objections to Verity representing the committee, I assume?
None whatsoever.
Mr. Edgeworth, don't worry, Kay. Everything will be fine, you'll see.
All right, here we go. You know what comes before 68? Yeah. There are several numbers that come before 68. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. He's old enough to retire in the US. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's old enough to retire in Australia as well, but, like, that doesn't mean they have to. I know plenty of people who are older than that and still work. In this economy, you can't really stop working unless you're rich, which, I mean, Excelsius probably is rich, to be fair.
Ms. Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So her assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up onto the roof. After she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Ms. Ringer was attacked by Ms. Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out, and this concludes the committee's view of the case.
Buying a missile at you, oh my god.
The raincoat was on offer that night, is that really true? We believe so, yes. You remember the failed assassination attempt on the president of Zhongfar, I assume? The raincoat is a piece of evidence from that case. It should, of course, have remained safely under lock and key in the appropriate facility, but our inquiries revealed that it did in fact go missing under mysterious circumstances. And wound up in the auction along with everything else. That makes sense, I suppose.
Wonderful work, Verity. Crystal clear as ever.
You flattered me, sir. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you could save us all some time and simply admit defeat?
I'll do no such thing, thank you very much.
Good night, Mayor. Thank you for hanging out. Very well. It's good to know that you still have some fight in you.
It is? Why? Come to think of it, she said some strange things when she visited me this morning, too. I think Gavel wants us to win. I think she's secretly on our side. But I think she's keeping it really, really secret. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Ms. Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Nope, that's the committee. Part statement. Nope. Got the toy, the picture, the elevator blood, and the committee chamber blood, and the raincoat. Have a happy Tuesday. Do you mean a happy missile day? Oh god. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up to the roof. After she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Ms. Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out and thus concludes the committee's view. Okay, I don't think I have anything. Nothing's popping out at me as something I can present yet. So let's just run through the presses and see what we can get from here. Member of the committee was already involved in the illegal evidence. It is unfortunate. I don't know what else to say. We'll be looking into any such activities just as soon as this hearing is over. Commend your decision to pursue the matter further. Don't be silly, it's the least we can do. Not that it's any of your business, Miles. I think the entire committee is evil. Except for her. I think Gavel has something going on, but I think the rest of them are corrupt. Now if we're quite done making an old man cry. Very well, allow me to continue. Okay, that gave us a whole load of nothing. Let's talk about the raincoat. Really was one of the auction lots. That's correct, I believe it originally belonged to a Shelley the Killer. This is true. Considering its status as a piece of evidence, the only conclusion from when he made his attempt on the president's life. I can't believe Shelley the Killer is still... I'm happy that that was the connection they made, because when I made the connection that it was a red raincoat, I thought, oh, it might be Shelley the Killer who was the murderer. But he hasn't turned up at all. But this is one of his raincoats, apparently. Could well have been used to display the coat prior to the auction. Do we know how the items were being smuggled in? That is still under investigation and is entirely unrelated to the matter at hand, especially considering that you will soon officially be a prosecutor no longer. Sounded like the outcome of this hearing is a foregone conclusion, no surprises there. My personal circumstances aren't important, please continue. Okay, that potentially gave me nothing? Oh, that one's up in the air.
Hold it!
Why did she leave so soon after making her purchase? Because of the auction house rules, winning bidders are expected to pay for their items immediately. Ms. Hart told us pretty much the same thing. Ms. Ringer, having paid for the raincoat, probably left immediately afterwards in accordance with the rules. That was nothing. That was a nothing burger. Ms. Ringer was a member of the committee. Could she not have left the committee chamber via the main door? While the auction was still underway, that would risk exposing its existence to those outside the trusted circle of attendees. Given Ms. Hart found out about it, I think its existence is already well exposed. The rules of the auction stated that attendees were to enter and leave via the hatch in the roof. Ms. Ringer had no reason not to follow those rules, and given where the murder took place, we know that she must have done so. Present. But the keycard records has her come in at 1 AM.
Objection!
That's nothing? That's not a hypocrisy?
That makes no sense to me. All right, we keep pressing then.
Hold it!
Why the possible motive could Kay have had? That is exactly what we are hoping to establish in our upcoming interviews with Miss Faraday. Coercive interrogation after the fact, something you seem to specialize in. The murderer knew that the attendees would all be leaving via the hatch, then the roof would have been the perfect place to lie in wait. So as I was saying, after she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Ms. Ringer was attacked. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out. Her flame went out? The flame of her life, though perhaps her flame was stolen from her, is more apt. But the candelabrum that extinguished her life was one of the auctioned lots, meaning Kay had no way of getting a hold of it to begin with. This is true! Miss Faraday could not have lain in wait for the victim without knowing of the storeroom's existence. She could easily have snuck down the ladder and stolen it while the auction was underway. If only we knew where the candle holder was during the auction, that would surely clear the matter up. Well, either of you? Sadly, we don't have anything that could tell us much on that front at the moment. This is something we are hoping to establish through further investigation. Oh, we've got nothing. It is a dead end. Theory is that the victim and a killer met on the roof and that's where the murder took place. In other words, it assumes the viewing platform was the scene of the crime. But is that really the case? I thought I had evidence that clearly shows the story of what happened that night. Time to double check. So it seems that the last thing is what we're talking about? That's when Ms. Ringer was attacked by Kay Faraday. Maybe it's the blood?
Objection!
No? Did you go back inside to move the body somehow? I'm so confused. The flame went out and thus concludes. After she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Ms. Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. Wait. What does Lotta's stuff say? That doesn't give me anything. Illicit auction held in big building. Items on sale were mainly items. Police evidence, 11 attendees together, all wearing masks. Auction occurred even after the murder. That gives me nothing. Good luck with getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. What happened 12 years ago? Did we ever find that out? Photograph. Box in which the killer... worn by the victim whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. It does have petals on it. Nope. Oh, I might have to get a back seat for this. I might have to get a back seat for this. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up onto the roof. Keycard? Nope. I can't think of anything. I'm going down in history. I'm going down quick. Shit. Mask. The letter to K. I'll make sure you get your precious thing back. A cross-section. No, that doesn't really give us anything. Maybe the other exit was the elevator or the box the body was put into. Well, I just did the box. So maybe the elevator? Nope. Charizard. You can, okay. You can either tell me if you're open to giving me a hint. Can you either tell me what statement I need to go on or what piece of evidence it is? I want to try and at least half get there. You know? I don't want to do it all. I don't want... I like leaving some bit of mystery. Fifth statement, okay. After she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Ms. Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. After she emerged onto the viewing platform. But did she emerge onto the viewing platform? Photo taken just after the incident, who had snuck into the storeroom. The ringleader and the auction came up on the elevator. A scream was heard not long after. Okay, it's this.
Objection!
It's the photo. Thank you, G. Charizard. Maybe you can clear something up for me, Judge Gavel. But what is Miss Hart doing here at this hearing?
She's an eyewitness. I thought it would be obvious.
Oh, jeez. Well, now, I ain't really an eyewitness. More of an ear witness, I guess. She's not exactly the most confidence-inspiring choice to help you make your case, is she?
I like to think I choose my allies a little more carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth.
And you chose Lotta Hart? Oh, girl, you're done. Then you should question them more thoroughly, because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart.
Yes, in the storeroom, correct? What of it?
According to your theory, the murder occurred up on the roof, but according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom, just before she took this picture. What? Wait, you're saying Gavel got it? Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, you smartass, I love it. What? Miss Hart, if I may confirm your account of the events you witnessed that night. You saw the person in the picture, correct? I sure did. Clear as day. And with my own two eyes to boot. And what were your impressions at that point? My impressions? This right here is the scoop of the century. Something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I was hoping more for your impressions of the person in question. Oh, that there's a walk-in meal ticket? Seriously? Just my little joke. No need to look at me like I done sat in your lunch. Oh, red raincoat, right? Why, I took one look and I thought that's how perp right there. And therein lies the rub. For Miss Hart to have thought such a thing means that the murder occurred...
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation of the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know?
What do you mean?
I assume you're about to raise the issue of the voices Miss Hart heard. Voices that may be unrelated.
Unrelated? You can do better than that.
Was one of the voices Miss Hart heard really even Miss Ringer's?
You kidding me, right? Them folks was talking crime-related turkey. Well, my name ain't Lotta Danged Hart.
Ah, but did you hear them clearly?
Well, can't say for sure, but...
Duh! Can't rightly say nothing and you know it! They was using voice changers, I done told y'all that! Precisely. Miss Hart heard voices, but those voices were disguised, which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did overhear was anything to do with the murder.
Ooh. Ooh, he's got that sneaky smirk.
You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, I think he does. I think he deserves it. I think you deserve it, actually. Seems I overestimated you, Judge Gavel.
Nonsense. Verity's the best of us, my boy, the very best.
And yet she believes that what Miss Hart heard might not have had anything to do with the murder? Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove that the murder happened in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go up to the roof, that much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. This proves that the incident happened before the victim went up to the roof. The blood on the hand!
Take that!
We initially thought that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit.
Yes, because Miss Hart said as much.
Oh, that was Kay, sorry. Not Gavel. Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw on this person's hand, and I doubt many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim.
But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack, but now it tells us something very important about the victim too. The picture tells us that the victim survived. Wait, you're right. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom, but here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. Okay, I thought we were going to talk about this being a clothes swap, considering it was said that the coat, the white coat, was the person running the auction, but then someone who was buying in the auction had that coat and then died. I thought we were going to talk about a clothes swap, but apparently not. We're going that the victim survived the attack. This can only mean that Ms. Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wounds she had sustained. What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound? The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try and staunch a wound. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim was already mortally wounded here.
Oh, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it?
It very much would. Not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken, after the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. And that's why Kay thinks she killed her! Because Kay saw her collapse. That's the memory that Kay has. That makes sense. That would have been quite the coincidence. It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, that or pretending not to remember it.
What? What fact am I forgetting?
Think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery.
Dad, Cavell works for me! Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job. No one works for you, Winner. You really don't know it, but you are the lowest ranked employee.
You really are a total and utter embarrassment.
I'm not. I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Holy shit. Like father, like son, I guess. Go to it, Cavell. Put Edgeworth out of his misery. As you wish. Here we go again. Miss Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest, and we all know what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune. Nicely done, Cavell. Now Edgeworth will have to make several objections. Yes, I'm afraid I will. What? Why? Weren't you listening? Oh, I was listening. Very carefully, in fact. Hence my objections. Come on. Why do you always have to undermine me? That's never my intention, I assure you. It isn't? Yeah, you suck, Winner, but we've never really tried to be actively mean to you. We just keep proving you wrong, and you think that's an attack on your character. Of course it isn't. Yeah, I knew that, because I'm...
Please, Eustace, just stop. You've already embarrassed me enough.
Huh? What do you mean, Dad? Alright, I know what to do here, I think. Head injury sustained. Fuck, post-mortem. Okay, never mind then. Shit! Alright, I thought I had it, and then I didn't. That's rough. I have to start pressing again. Found with 3 wounds in her chest. Press. 3 wounds that can't have been pleasant. Which is why we must see that the perpetrator of this cruel act pays for their sins. Okay. Don't listen to her, she's just trying to scare you. If we could please continue on. Very well, as I was saying, there were 3 wounds.
We all know what those wounds are from. Press?
Hold it!
I do, but perhaps we should ask Mr. Winner. He does, I'm sure. Don't you, Eustace? You bet I do. I know this case inside out. Who does he think he's fooling? Make an old man happy and at least glance at the coroner's report. 3 puncture wounds, candle holder. Oh my god. Sean, thank you? That's what they use. Oh my god. Precisely. The wounds were inflicted just as Eustace says. Okay. That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. Press. And you're sure the stabs to the chest were the cause of death? There's no doubt about that. None. One of the spikes of the candelabrum even pierced the victim's heart, and unless you mean to call Dr. Hertz's professional opinion into question, we can only treat that as fact. Just keeping you on your toes. Fair enough. Thank you. Listen, this is usually the time around stream where I get sleepy, so, like, I appreciate you guys trying to wake me up. Damn! Dino Spots, what you doing? You hit me with a baseball bat, and then you pat my head? You're like, let me hit you, and then try and make the pain go away. And thank you for the quack, Bob. Coroner's opinion backing up my own. Thank you for the boom. I'm certainly not about to ignore the coroner's findings. What about my findings? You can't just ignore them. If the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum, that would seem to contradict one of the pieces of... As you wish, at the very least, I'll ensure that he cannot annul my own conclusions. We said he had evidence. He just said he has evidence to contradict the wounds being from the candelabrum. How can we contradict that? Afflicted by a candle holder, victim also suffered a head injury in post-mortem. Prominent burn mark on back of victim's right hand. Huh. What piece of evidence do I do here? Chat's being saucy? Yeah, they're being real feisty today. They're loving this.
Objection!
Maybe I present that? Nope. Damn it. Something's in the digital air, I guess. Alright, that's wrong. Gonna have to be more careful next time. But he said there was a contradiction in this one.
Hold it!
Shit, I didn't mean to press. Oh, here we go again. If the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum, that would seem to contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered. What piece of evidence? This has to be where we present, right? What piece of evidence? There is blood on the candelabrum. Spacing matches that of the wounds in the victim's chest, but is this really the murder weapon? Face is very unique shape. If it were removed from a dusty shelf or something, it would be immediately obvious what had been standing there. So what can we present to make it seem like it wasn't the... Items on sale, 11 attendees, auction continued after murder occurred. Not that. No. Selection of various masks was kept on a rack. What do I do here then? Wait! There are no puncture wounds in the raincoat! That would do it, right? Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course.
The red raincoat, that's right, isn't it, Verity?
Yes, sir. The one Miss Ringer was wearing. I warn you, Mr. Edgeworth, that you will not be thanked for retreading old ground here.
Well, I'm afraid I might have to, regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me this, Judge Cavell. You told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat, but do you remember where exactly they were found?
Of course, they were found on the hood and...
No! What's the matter, Verity?
The hood and?
Was blood found anywhere else on the raincoat?
No,
It was not. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead one to expect to find bloodstains in that area? And yet there was blood only on the hood. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some accidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab wounds to her chest. Okay, well then you have to change what Hertz said, because she said the head wound was post-mortem.
perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. As you said, if she'd been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Ms. Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted on her.
So there was still a coat swap. I'm still going by my theory that there was a clothes swap at some point.
But even if we concede this point that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case?
I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises even more fundamental contradiction.
That is quite the bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction? With some evidence.
Which piece of evidence best demonstrates the contradiction the order of injuries revealed? The coat?
Take that!
This is Dr. Hertz's preliminary findings, according to which the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem.
But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is...
Exactly the opposite, yes.
Bailiff, this court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close.
Oh my god, are we questioning that? Okay, let me look at this. Okay, I take it back. I was looking at the auction photo, right? And I saw fat guy with a beard. However, there is no fat guy with a beard on this prosecutorial committee. So it must not be all of them at the auction.
Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman. I doubt she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there is another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they?
Yeah, good point. We never looked into that, huh?
Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts that might help us uncover their identity. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I think it's Excelsius, but, you know, whatever. Unless one of them shaved. Within a day? I mean, maybe. But, nah, I don't think so. We've seen nothing that might serve as clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect that at the very least they might be able to point us in the right direction. And that's... Chairman Winner. Yes! I demand that you testify as to what you know. What? Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad?
You would cast doubt on the integrity of chairman of the committee? Do you understand the implications of such an act?
I don't care who or what he is. We're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs. The mask, corsage, ticket stub, and everything else, the items Kay was carrying when she was found, they were deliberately placed in her possession somehow, by Chairman Winner himself.
A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe. But for the sake of completeness, I must ask, why would he do such a thing?
To cast suspicion on Kay, of course. Why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect.
Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please.
I think the good chairman might be in shock.
So what if I did?
Huh?
Did you hear me, dear boy? I said, so what if I did? You say you got me to admit as much, but where is your proof? With no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick.
Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on? He still has the arrogance he showed back at the detention center. And yet... Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to have to ask you to explain yourself. If that's all right, Mr. Chairman.
Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal, because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself.
He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hallowed trial chamber is a point of suspicion, a location that should, by rights, only be accessible to members of the committee. Yeah, they all have keycards to the room after all. Furthermore, the auction seems to be held on a somewhat regular basis, and for that to be possible, there can only be one winning explanation. That's right, Mr. Winner, that the auctioneer is a member of the committee. What? No! Ugh! What on earth is wrong now? What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands!
Oh, you did indeed, you utter nitwit.
Oh my goodness. You're a shit dad and a shit guy, just in general.
But Miles, my boy, you do realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation.
That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10 given Ms. Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Yeah, but only 2 of them have unique clothes. So I'm gonna think it's them. Can't be the chairman, can it? Whoever it is, speak up right now.
Calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? You're very quiet all of a sudden. It's too late to back out now. You accused a former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime. Ugh. I will tell you to prepare for the worst. There's no preparing for what you're about to face.
Oh, jeez. I was hoping there would be a to be continued here, but, nope, we've got work to do.
You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it. So rejoice. There you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit.
I'll pick. Don't you worry. I'll pick. How can I when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man is a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remembered doing it. You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kay, nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe in me. Believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. That's a little roundabout, but close enough. But I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy, but he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him. Alright. Press it, press. You've been forcing us to argue for a while now. I don't think this will get us anywhere, but if I'm gonna press, I'm gonna press everything. Don't be such a stick in the mud. I'd say the bigger picture is more than enough. The rule every case has its little inconsistencies and contradictions. If we let ourselves get bogged down in every single one, we'd never make any arrests. And once we did, the trials would drag on forever. Even you understand that? Not in the slightest, hence my inquiry into the details. Be so young and pig-headed. Anyway, you keep digging into these little details. Okay, that gave us nothing. So first statement, out.
Hold it!
I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention. I was listening, but critical is a matter of opinion. How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it is your ability to make sound judgment that should be on trial here today. Bravo, my young hothead, wonderfully cutting stuff. You like to try though, don't you?
Right, I don't think that gave us anything either.
Hold it!
Press again. There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth. But none of it is relevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle. Okay, that also got us nothing. The suspect herself has already said she did it. Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt. Yeah, we literally just had a case where a guy confessed and it turns out he didn't do it. With, Tangaroa. So, the fact that we're falling for it again is ridiculous.
Objection!
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything from us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confessions outright. I tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time, though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again. Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her.
You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know? Fine, ask away. On one condition. This turns out to be a waste of time, that's it.
Okay, so we've got like one chance to do this or we die. Let me do something real quick. Just in case. Let's save. Let's save, please. Just in case. All the proceedings to an end? You mean the hearing?
Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt, she's officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan if I do say so myself.
That's it? You just declare her guilty just like that?
That's the gist of it.
It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Kay.
Yes?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence? Why? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's no use, I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please just accept it. The Kay you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. And right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never commit a murder. You could never. Because this is who you really are, the Pin.
Take that!
You're the great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it,
Hold it!
No. The only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? Come on, Kay. Come back, please! Oh my goodness. No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me, and you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop. I'm begging you. Ah, so that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the Kay I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Edgeworth is like, Yeah, I am the asshole. And I'm proud. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please, do it for me. Kay!
What's wrong? Did you remember something?
Ooh, be like some cliche movie plot if she did.
Well, it's a cliche game plot, actually. Okay. A cow? Like, I know what she means. I know exactly what she means, but that's the funniest shit I've ever read. Yeah, we have a plush of a cow. That's the exact thing that she saw. A cow?
Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details?
Well, Kay, what can you tell us about this cow? I remember now. The person in the red raincoat, she had it in her hand. A stuffed cow. I can clearly see it now.
Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain?
Yes, I'm sure.
Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is
new and highly relevant evidence.
Objection.
Need I remind you of the addled state of her memory? No, this simply won't do.
addled. But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the final details, did you not? We were to call the validity of her memories into question. Then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action?
Get him, Verity! Get him, Gavel! Oh, suddenly I love this woman. I'm gonna call her, Get His Ass Gavel. That's her nickname now. Verity, Get His Ass Gavel.
Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. And only thanks to Judge Gavel's intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second, because she is! Oh my goodness, it's happening. It's happening! The Avengers level team up! Marvel rivals!
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal.
I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom and believe it is yet another auction lot.
Wait, that's...
Do you know something, Gavel?
No, it's just not what I imagined.
I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. I should look it over carefully. Right. What are we looking for? Oh, maybe there's something in the ear. The left horn is missing. This hole. It looks like that's where the horn would have gone. But there doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it? There's something in the cow. Let's take a look at the rest of this toy and see what else we can find. Nah, there's something in the cow. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of the stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves. Is there a knife in there? Was the cow the weapon? Nah, the cow was the weapon. It does? Oh, it's a machine.
It sounds like sand being crushed. It seems... Recording device! It's not even a knife, it's better! And... I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. My theories! My theories! Yeah, sure, we can quote the cow as a weapon. Let me do that real quick, because Mayor's not here. There we go. I knew it. Excelsius kills her because he's the ringleader of the smuggling ring. He's the auctioneer. He recognizes her in the audience. She probably threatens to expose him. He kills her. I've got this. I've got this in the bag. Nothing to say for yourself? I've waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. And then a scream. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it. Oh, fuck. Holy shit, holy shit. One of the people recorded had a prominent burn. That's Rosie. Hey, that's them right there. Them's the voices I heard. Sure as eggs is eggs. Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when those voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. Only there was some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in your ears or something, lady? I done told ya. Them's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got. Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible. We need? Yet again, she seems to be stepping in help. Judge Gavel, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we have something that could explain what those words are referring to and how it's all related. Which piece of evidence? The photo.
Take that!
Coroner's preliminary findings? How do they prove anything? Indeed, what on this page shows that the voices must be from the time of the murder? A burn mark.
Take that!
Think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And? What of it? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying a stuffed cow toy. A burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured. It's just coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right?
Overruled.
I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder. In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit, and based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear most about. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female. Due to the voice changes, correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer. Just like I done told you they was. We can say something else now, too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman? Do as you wish. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber in the elevator, the ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterwards, and the auction carried on after that, all of which points to one key fact. What else does this latest revelation tell us? The ringleader was the killer.
Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey, Gavel!
Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy.
Oh, jeez, why'd you have to say that? And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer.
Compelling argument, but hardly conclusive.
I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer.
Then please hurry up and show us.
What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? Fuck me, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. What is something that was placed on the scene? Placed on the scene. Points to the ringleader being the killer. Maybe his coat?
Take that!
This evidence clearly shows... Alright, it's not that. Not that one. Oh, I don't want to die. But I might. If the ringleader was the killer, there's something they would have wanted to hide. Need to present a piece of evidence that suggests us that. You wish for us to believe your assertion that the ringleader was the killer. We would need to see some evidence to that effect. How do I make it so... how do I do that? How do I do that? The candelabra? Miss Hart's statement?
Take that!
Maybe? This evidence? Fuck. Oh. Gee, Charizard, if you're with me, give me a sign. Or anyone who wants to look up a tutorial and give it to me. It was placed on the scene. Specifically the ringleader. Specifically the ringleader. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the candelabrum? I don't expect you to tell me what it is. But can you give me... Can I just go through everything and you just give me a yes or no? Instead of the game giving me a yes or no? Can you be the game? Is it the candelabrum? I've already done the coat, and I've already done Miss Hart's statement. My next guess is the candelabrum. Oh shit, we have an ad soon. Let me snooze it, because Charizard's not subbed. It's not the candelabrum. Okay. What did the cow say? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Is it the cow? I don't think it's the key card. It's probably not the cow. Probably not the key card. Maybe it's the findings? Is it the findings? Is it the coroner? It's not the coroner. I just thought of what does the fox say, but what does the cow say? I'm pretty sure cows were mentioned in what does the fox say. Torn from the victim's clothes. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you might actually just have to tell me what it is. Because I have two guesses left before I die. I'm getting real low on that health bar. But I just can't tell what it could be. Maybe it's the masks, maybe it's the mask. The corsage? I don't know. I don't think it's either of the letters. The committee chamber blood. Okay. I'll take that, thank you.
Take that!
The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought that the murder had happened inside the chamber, but it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. Thank you, Charizard. I do appreciate that a lot. I appreciate how you stick around for these streams, and I thought I'd let you know. It's much... I am really thankful for it. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood, which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. Ace Attorney, how can I not? I mean, it must be late for you, though. Like, so many people have gone to sleep by now, rightfully. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name? The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee. Yes. I'm playing Apex, so, well, you are an outlier and cannot be counted, Moth. I hope you're enjoying your Apex. I was thinking of reinstalling it. I need to sleep, but I also need answers. Fair, like, I want to end stream, but, like, I don't like it when there's not a to be continued. I like having background noise. Yeah, that's fine. And you've been playing Explorers. Yeah. In chat, that was not me trying to call out lurkers. Lurkers, you are so appreciated. You do not need to talk to be a part of the stream. I hope you all know that. Need to sleep because I work in 7 hours? Oh, jeez. Yeah, please sleep. Goodness gracious. But I hope your art is going well. You suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection.
You're a fine prosecutor. That much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive. You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. And a calc test in 8.5 hours? Guys! I upload the VODs! You can watch these later, I promise. I appreciate you sticking around and watching it live, but there are VODs. Unless you've got something to share after all. No. Do I have any evidence to show that Chairman Winnan is the murderer? Let me save this. I'm still unemployed? Well, that's fair then. Honestly, do as many late nights as you can while you still can. Not gonna be able to sleep not knowing what happens at this rate. That is also fair. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna do the Phoenix Wright strategy of bluffing my way to the top. Then there's me who doesn't have to be at work until 4 p.m. Yeah, I was like that, Sanic fan. When my work, when I used to start work quite late in the evening, quite late in the afternoon, I would stay up pretty late too. Oh, you do? Do share. Can't wait to see it. This right here proves that you're the killer. Oh boy. I'm gonna say it's the cow.
Take that!
Take a look at this for me, please. Oh, it's not the cow. After I'm not quite seeing it. Don't understand why this piece of evidence is so crucial? Yep, it's not the cow. Fuck, it's not the cow! Uh-oh. Did stream die? Oh, no, it didn't. Cameron Winner must be the murderer, but do I have any evidence to prove that? Don't have anything on me. Do I have any evidence? Okay, I'm gonna say I don't, and see how that goes. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable, which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Okay, so I think this might be the right way to go, actually.
I low-key kind of blame my teacher for making the test the day after my holiday. That does, in fact, suck. What the hell?
Well, Miles, my boy, time to play the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity is all yours.
Wait, dang it.
I just remembered something.
Huh? Did you have amnesia too?
Nah, it just done came to me.
Flash of inspiration, you know how it is.
Very well. Say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future.
Oh, she's playing him like a fiddle. Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gavel bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are.
Fine. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
You heard the chairman, Miss Hart, if you would be so kind.
Well, all right then. Here goes nothing. And now the joyful music comes back in. Chat, get your wiggles on. Get dancing.
The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please.
Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name. Calling me officially worried. So the ringleader's the killer, right? Which makes the victim one of them auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch. Then the murder happened, and then the auction started back up again. Now, I had me a look back downstairs right after that.
No.
And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again. How?
And you're sure of this, Miss Hart?
Sure as sure can be. Your gavelship is great. Saw him with my own two peepers. So 11 before the murder and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy.
A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all?
I done told you already. They carried right on again like nothing ever happened. Oh, except for it wasn't nothing Lotta, I swear, if something is not that much, I promise you, it is that much.
What is it?
That little old mallet doodad. Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kinda like the one Missy over there's got, but different.
The auctioneer's hammer?
That's the bunny. I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through, then nothing. Just like that.
So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through? Could it have something to do with the murder?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That's a wrench in the works, or a hammer, actually.
If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh. Chalk one up for justice. Eat that, Edgeworth.
See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something we're overlooking, something we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is... Whacked in the head, you're right! The auction hammer must have stopped working because it was the weapon in the original hit! Cass, you're a genius!
Who's holding it?
Oh, Gavel! One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim the complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. A loud hold it, perhaps?
Oh,
Yes, of course. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. This woman is everything to me now. I've decided my entire opinion has changed of her in this one case. She's the love of my life. She's the best woman ever. She's definitely the best judge ever. Let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains? I'm gonna save because I think it might be me who has to answer that question, and I don't know how. Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir. Oh yeah, duh. Share Gavel with the rest of the class. Hey, no, I'm not picked. No, I will. I'll share, don't you worry. I wouldn't say I myself am polyamorous. At least not anymore. I can't even handle dating one person, let alone several. But I'm not gonna... If my partner is, as long as they're honest with me, I'll let them do whatever. I guess within reason, but you can have Gavel too. We can all have her. Do you like her more than Franziska? No. No. No, I think Gavel would have to be in a few more games for me to like her more than Franziska. Franziska is definitely higher on that list just because I know more about her. And also, she's more fun as a character, especially to voice, especially with the whipping. I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor. What's all this about? Why'd you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a compress ready and 2 shakes of a... Ouch! This better be good. Did somebody else drop dead? Or they might soon wish they had. Dr. Hertz, Mrs. Niebler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you this won't take long. Quit trying to butter me up and to act and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course. We summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gavel up to? Dr. Hertz, the court asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Kramer doesn't make mistakes, ever. That's strange. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? That's awful. How could you even say that? What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I'd know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do anything of the sort. Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes. Wait, for the record, I didn't do anything to the report. I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story. Oh my god, we've got a whole other testimony. I'll be the judge of what's pointless. With patience. I don't have time for this either. Can't stress how important this is. Grandma says she'll testify. Could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer. And yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. Why is this scene so fucking long? I need to save. I only have 1 health bar left. I need to keep saving. No way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. No, never. I've been dealing with the dead longer you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong is about as likely as ouch. And what the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file? Don't make a lick of sense. And that's all she had to say. Nothing funky here.
I'll call it here. Yeah, good night, G-Char. Well, actually, no. I'll ask you this, G-Charizard. How much longer left does this have? Like, is it short? This is the final testimony. Okay. Okay, I will finish this then. I'm sorry you can't stay right till the end, G-Charizard, but I hope you have a happy Tuesday, dude, and thank you so much, as always, for all your help during the Ace Attorney streams. I appreciate it so much.
And you swear by the Holy Goddess that this testimony is true? Of course, Grandma's never told a lie in her...
Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you.
Not necessary? That's not fair. I'm the only ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shoot objection left and right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor.
I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. All right, here we go. Now, where there's a mistake, that's nothing. I've been dealing with the dead longer you've been alive, that's nothing. You're writing something wrong is about as likely as, that feels like nothing. And what the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file? Don't make a lick of sense. All right, let's press this. You may not have stood to gain anything from it, but what about your granddaughter? I didn't stand to gain anything either. Never mind her, what about your little friend over there? She'd stand to gain something for sure. Look at you trying to accuse my sweet innocent Florence of wrongdoing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I wish you'd tell that to Chairman Winner. Anyhow, nobody adopted that report, nobody. That gave me nothing. That's all she has to say, nothing funky here. This is hard. Did anything stand out as strange to either of you when you were examining the body? Let's see, what's that? Pretty strange young fella showed up, that's for sure. A strange man? Who? Dressed like a dang fool, all frilly round the neck and such. It's me. She's describing Edgeworth. Ugh. And the dangest thing of all, even though we all knew the idiot boy was about to get fired, he still insisted on messing with my scene. Talk about you, ruffle-necked ruffian. Crimson-suited creep? What makes him creepy? Those are not words you need to commit to memory, Kay. Dr. Hertz doesn't sound like she's lying. No, but she only communicates through her granddaughter. I should probably try to make sure that Nurse Needler is being truthful too. And how do I do that? Press.
Hold it.
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury, and yet there was not a single drop of her blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem.
Oh, that's... ouch.
Good night, G-Charizard.
I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. My dang report already says what you just said, don't it?
It doesn't. Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Oh, she lied.
Sure. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here and she wrote it all down just like I said it. Something happened to it after that, weren't nothing to do with me.
You dictated it? If you could please tell me more. Diligently dictated that report to Florence. Anything after that weren't nothing to do with me. Okay, let's save. Saving, saving. Present.
Objection.
There we go. Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself.
Oh, I'll read it to... Youch!
This daughter deserves to be whacked, huh?
This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all.
What? What do you mean exactly?
Oh, she smacked her back! don't know. But I can't say that. Miss Needler, if you're attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth, I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the Goddess of Justice. Dr. Hertz seemed to be telling Judge Gavelle something in private. What? I see. Very well. Allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dictated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong with something. Wow, that was a great impression. Oh, sorry, I was meant to do an old lady voice and I didn't. Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary, there is an error in the report, and it was all because of you, Nurse Needler. The true facts have now been shown to be the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately, whereas it seems to me she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think?
No. No. Pre and post only share one letter, and that's P.
Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. Why would she want to change it? Exactly. Thanks, Ouch! You won't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma, You submitted a falsified report, an act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation. I can't tell you. Not don't want to, but can't? This is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake, so why not leave it there? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Because the only person here her testimony would hurt is you. What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now a de facto ex-prosecutor, you're going to need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. I'm saving. I feel like there's gonna be a point here where I have to make a decision. Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because... See, my brain says she's a co-conspirator. But these two options are very interesting to me. But I'm gonna go my gut. Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. Ouch! Oh ho ho! So she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing? Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to... maintain the attendee numbers! If the auctioneer was the murderer and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that a witness would testify to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! Y'all gotta call my good word into question now, too? That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you were wrong. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Can I save again? Well, so that's your thinking, is it? Certainly an intriguing theory. But surely the imposter would have been spotted right away? I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have replaced Ms. Ringer without any noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I wouldn't do something like... Now tell us, the ringleader, who were they? I can't tell you, I just can't. It'll hurt Grandma too. Ow. But Grandma... Don't you worry about me, I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But...
Oh, you fucked up her bun. What a bad granddaughter.
So I was right. She was an accomplice. Miss Needle, why?
I think she was the one that pushed Kay. And that's why Kay ended up in her care.
Can you explain yourself? Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm all right now. I confess it. I changed places with Ms. Ringer.
So admit that you were working with the ringleader.
Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Ms. Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim? They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so they made a counter plan. They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. So I told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there.
No, hold on right there. I didn't see nothing, and my eyes don't lie. If you'd have been there before the auction, I would have bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for a bit of it.
I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering the report only a few minutes ago.
Objection!
I think we're all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom.
Are we? Where exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding,
Nurse Needler hid here while she was waiting in the storeroom. Fuck, I can't save. Fuck, I can't save. Fuck, I can't save. Fuck, I can't save. Chat, I can't save. It has to be the box. Please be the box. She hid inside the clothes box. Okay, thank goodness. Huh? Well, it was there the whole time, even before I nosed on in. But like I done told y'all, it had all them chains around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, really, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere. I imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived.
That's right, we didn't want anybody to open it or it would have really burned our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not so long after. I was just before the auction was due to start.
So as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom?
Yeah, I think so.
The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Miss Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around then. You betcha! I was behind that statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Ms. Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneer then carried Ms. Ringer's body over to the clothes box, from which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After placing Ms. Ringer's body inside the box, Nurse Needler's role was now to pretend to be Ms. Ringer. The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler?
Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened.
Hold up. So you just waltzed right back on in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of those other folks down there at the auction cottoned on? Why would they? The other auctioner goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because... Let me save. Let me do a good old save. She'd stolen the clothes, she was using the victim's name, she was imitating the victim. She'd stolen the clothes? As you've seen, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules required attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser.
No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and ouch! And left the poor child in her smalls? Have you no respect, girl? No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It wouldn't be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her.
So that's how Ms. Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before. Guess the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, must be. Then it all makes sense. Right after that was when I went on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Spied me 11 happy little auction goers, then back I snuck to my little hidey hole. Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that? Well,
not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep. She fell asleep, okay. Passed out, unconscious. What? What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kinda silly, really, but, there was this sudden loud noise and startled me just a little bit, you know? Alright, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. Guess I got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. By the time I came to, it was the next dang day, and there y'all were clanking down that ladder. I see. So you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that. Not per se, but, well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finish up and filed out one by one like they were supposed to. Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Miss Ringer and placing bids, just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win the clothes box as I'd been instructed. It had a dead body inside, after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. So you had no idea the victim had vacated the box? No, not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Kay. Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. Guess the victim must have left that hatch wide open, huh? That would explain it. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Ms. Ringer fall motionless right in front of her that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. Oh, hell yeah, mustache mode, let's go. That explains the noise, the sound of Kay crash landing. Suppose, can't believe something like that done knocked me out for so long, though. So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind the statue. I think we've got a good grasp on what occurred up to this point now. Nurse Needler, if you would continue. Poirot mode activated, exactly. I am better than the police. So I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer, and I put them both in the clothes box. We couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. My little grey cells, very true. Was that your idea or the ringleader's? Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Miss Ringer was my own idea, so I tried to get rid of it before they found what I'd done. I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. I must go eepies. Good night, Bob. Have a happy, happy Tuesday. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything, and that was that. Now we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler. If you have anything further to share, I'd advise you do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. Did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so... Ouch! Dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line, so taking her clothes was okay? Her hair was totally different. Style, the length, everything. I kinda panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box. 2 wigs? But why? Right? I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on the day. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. So where did the wavy wig go? Well, I mean, there is definitely, someone with wavy hair right now, huh? Could he be using the wavy wig? There's nothing else you're forgetting? No. Huh? No, really, that's everything. I take it you really have no idea who the ringleader might be. Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on, and they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone. I can't get something concrete on them. Ho ho! Well, Miles, are we about done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. And justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. Oh my gosh. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
And now this is why I like Franziska more than Gavel. Because Franziska comes in clutch. As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way of the prosecutor. I understand that. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? Yeah, give him a raise. Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second. Oh, we know that. But thank you, Queen. Well, someone say something. Yes. There's no easy way to say this, Franziska, but we already proved that ourselves. You... what? Yes, just a few minutes ago. Well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon too? No, not yet. Huh, good. Then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface, and the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface?
Objection.
And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board? Two trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection.
That's certainly good to know. Unfortunately, you're overstepping the... Of what? I'm the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction, and this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me to not pursue leads pertaining to the related parties. Especially the victim. Yeah, get his ass, Franziska! Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Thank goodness. Sadly, the murder weapon itself is yet to be identified. Based on the shape, I may now have an idea or two. But guys, I didn't turn up any other weapon during my investigation. And yet, one need only think about the setting and an auctioneer's tools and the answer should be obvious. An object with a circular surface used in an auction. We're obviously talking about... Let me do some saving. The auctioneer's hammer. What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. But we never found one of those. If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for a murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon. What? No! No, I don't got anything! I don't know! But the sounds of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard, never mind, I do know. Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why, because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. It isn't that right? Chairman winner. Let's have our people look into this right away. Oh, you really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy? If you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when you're young, when can you, He seems very confident we'll never find it. Very well. Search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. To be... Damn, I thought we were going to reach the very end of this case. But hey, A to be continued is the second best thing. Oh. No, no, no. God, why does it take so long for that to happen? All right. Exit game, please. And we're done. That was exhausting. Good, but exhausting. Holy. Can't wait for next week. Yeah, I hope next week is the final one, but I have a feeling it might not be. Thank you for the head pats dino spot, even though at this point it reaches my chin here. Thank you for the stretch too. Oh, I need that. I definitely need a strength. A stretch. Alright, let's see what we can do here today. Let's see who we can raid today. Check Pikachu's name. Alrighty. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Let's see what else we've got. Let's see. All right, we got some options, but let me check the Discord. His name is... Okay. Okay. You brought us the evidence. His name is, in fact, somehow Jean-Luc Pikachu. Oh my goodness. This is a great stream. Thank you, Sanek. And thank you, Ivanovish. I'm glad you find it fun. Now, let's find somebody to raid. All right. Let's... Oh, let me check the raid thing here first. I've been doing that recently. So let's see who we haven't raided in a month. Let's go... Let's go see here. Okay, nope, not them, because we've raided them once in the past 30 days. I try to spread out my raids, you know? How about you? We've raided you once in the past 30 days, and not you either. Okay. Oh, never mind, it's someone's birthday today. It's someone's birthday today. Let's raid for the birthday. Alrighty, everyone. Let's raid out to Ethernet, who is a lovely person. I think we met on Valorant, actually, when she was live. So, she's fun. She's very fun. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the stream today. Thank you for all the subs, for all the bits, for helping me with the game. And I appreciate all the love. We'll be sending our love on over to Ethernet. This is the raid message for those who are subscribers of the stream. And then, sorry, for followers of the stream. And then this is the raid message for subscribers of the stream. So if you're a follower, use the purples. If you are a subscriber, use the reds and the wiggles. Later this week, we will be playing more Sonic Adventure 2 Dark Story, hopefully not getting rage baited by the game. Keep me in your thoughts. And then next week, hopefully, we will finish up this case, though I wouldn't be surprised if this case took about, 3-4 more weeks. Because it's reaching that point in the game where it does take a long time. Now, we have a vote open for this month's Community Day, aka my birthday Community Day. So if you want to vote in the game, feel free to join the Discord to vote, and you can also follow me on my various socials to find me in other places between streams. Thank you everyone so much for coming, and I will see you all next time. Bye!